Guardian down.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your time with us today. Welcome to episode 164 of Guardian Downcast, the Destiny podcast. If you love to play the game Destiny 2, then you come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one release back in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community, and we not only seek the stories of Destiny content creators, but we're a podcast that gives a voice to the stories of our Destiny players out there. And in this game, it's all about community, right? We're the show that asks, yo, Bungie, where's my touch of malice?
Don't you start.
I'm your host, The Gator. And my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. Hey, man, I know it's been a tough week for you, but how you doing now, man?
Wait a minute. Before we get into that.
What? I've done 4 raids. Where's my touch?
Entitlement.
I've run 4 King's Fall. Where's my touch of malice?
You told me not to get started today. Okay. We're not even 30 seconds into this thing, and you've already got me started.
I'm just saying. Where's touch?
No touch for you.
All right. Well, how's your week been, man? I know it's been a rough one for you.
Oh man. It has been a week. So it's been pretty good though, honestly. My mom actually came and she's staying with us for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, before I never really went up to see my parents too much. I mean, maybe like once a month, maybe twice a month, something like that before. Or they came down here and we'd see each other and that kind of thing. But now it's like, I mean, she's been here for, I don't know how long actually. But yeah, so she's been here for maybe like a week, I think. So it's been pretty cool. Pretty nice.
Oh, nice. So, yeah. I'm going to get, lunch with my mom and dad, this Sunday. Can't wait to see them again. Haven't seen them in a while either. It's good to have family around, man.
Yeah. It is. It does. I mean, it definitely kind of brings it back home, and it's fun to see her like playing with Ad and stuff like that. So
that's great.
It's good.
Makes you get
and
video.
Addie loves her. Addie is just over the moon. She's like, Mimu's here.
Yeah, get that video, man. Got to sneak it up.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's heartwarming.
It's nothing sucks than not having video of some of your great moments. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy that
No, I'm not
everything.
saying, I'm not saying the Christmas dad that's hovering over everyone. Oh, what did you get? Oh, let's open it up and see. No, not that. I'm just saying, you know.
That's awesome. I love that.
Lean the camera that way and catch a couple moments that they don't know you're recording. That's the best kind, man. I'm not the greatest at it either. I'll be honest. I'm not the greatest.
I'm just going to just ignore that and move on.
Okay.
But, yeah, besides that, I mean, everything's been pretty good. So, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it's been a killer week, man. I am on a high right now. I just released my mod video and, it got 1,000 views in less than 12 hours. I was beside myself. It's just, dude, I've gained 200 subs in, 216 subs, I think, in the last 28 days. At least that's what YouTube's saying. I mean, dude, it's just, I am amazed. And, you know, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I said I was going to put out videos for new players. So that's what I've been doing. And, man, it's just been, the response has been fantastic. So thank you. If you're a sub to my channel and you're listening to our podcast tonight, thank you. Bottom of my heart, really do. But other than that, yeah, it's been a good week. I got some raiding in. I got some Iron Banner in. We're going to be talking about that later. It's been a good week, man. I mean, it's just the most balanced week ever. I'm very content where I'm at right now. Very blessed. So, well,
nice.
We have an exciting show tonight. We have another brand new guest of the show. He's a fairly new member of our community, but we're here to seek his story. He's a brand new YouTuber. He's growing his channel as we speak and has been very active in our Discord as well. And he does some really great videos, and I just had to invite him on tonight and see what's up. So, it's N8iV Raider. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for the warm welcome. And my YouTube stuff is going to get better eventually, but
No, wait. Yeah. No. That's no. You got to do your intro to your YouTube channel, man. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What up? N8iV Raider here.
Nice.
And I've been good. I've been busy with family, with work. My work has been kind of crazy.
Yeah.
One of my guys, he just had a baby, so I've been covering down on multiple different shifts. And then on top of that, whenever I have free time, trying to do the YouTube thing. So
I hear you,
my son just got a new girlfriend as well. So there's all kinds of stuff going around.
You were telling me about that. We were playing Iron Banner the other night. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
good times.
It's been fun, but crazy busy.
Well, here's what we have lined up on the show tonight, gang. We're going to, of course, hear N8iV's story here, how he got into gaming and his Destiny journey. We're going to test his Twitch reflexes in our new and improved fast fire question and answer segment we call the speed run. We'll also talk about what we've been doing in Destiny this week. Hazel's going to go over the gigantic TWAB we had this week for the third week of Season of Plunder. And
Massive.
might have a few other topics for the week we might discuss as well, so you'll have to tune in and see what we talk about. Of course, we're going to answer your questions from our SpeakPipe and Discord server. And finally, we got some music to add to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's another busy night, so let's not waste it here. Let's roll.
Thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all the contact info and where else to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. We post those links in our show description every week.
So check us out, and later, Guardian.
Toddles! Well, N8iV Raider, what do you want me to call you tonight, man? You want me to call you N8iV? What do people call you? What's your nickname?
Yeah, you just go N8iV. It's fine.
N8iV? All right, cool. Hey, I've been really curious to hear about your story tonight, and I'm actually the one who personally invited you on the show. You're West Coast or California, is that right?
Yeah, California.
What part of California?
Right now I'm up in the high desert, but I was born and raised in LA, and I've been up and down the West Coast throughout my life. My wife's from Portland, so we take trips up to Portland, Oregon.
Oh wow, West Coaster. Nice.
Got family in Washington, just all down the West Coast.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's a great place to live. Well, what do you do? What do you do for a living, man?
I'm a Department of the Army contractor at Fort Irwin. It's a national training center for the Army. And I'm a lead. I'm a supervisor for a team of training analysts that like create different kind of products and, analyze data from I guess I can't go too in depth in it, but okay. They basically,
cause I was just going to ask
you
what
simulated battle. Yeah. Okay, they do a simulated battle out there.
Gotcha.
And then my team will sit there and create products to help improve the brigades that are coming to train at NTC, and prepare them for deployments and, make them more lethal and all that kind of good stuff.
Are you a veteran? Are you from the armed forces?
Yeah. I was in the Army.
You were in the Army? Nice, man.
I want to ask more questions, but I won't. I'll just go okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Just
secret.
like curiosity is like running wild with me,
yeah.
But, okay, so we'll migrate from that to what was your earliest video game memory, or one of them?
It was definitely NES. I started there, and that was of course, Zelda and Duck Hunt and those ones. But the one that I really remember was the California games. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yes, the Ferrari game.
I hated that game.
know, I love that game. I played it at the arcade so many times.
My wife loves that game.
It's a great game.
That's the only game she remembers.
Like BMX and half pipe, and then my favorite was the hacky sack. Though you could play hacky sack and try to get a high score.
Oh, I remember that too. Yeah, track and field. Remember that game?
That game?
Track and field was good too. I like that game.
Yeah, damn. I hated that. I hated all of those.
What?
Were those were those like QuickTime events? Really? I mean, were they like pre-QuickTime events? Because I could never figure them out.
It was timing. It was. I think when you agree native, it was kind of timing when you hit the button. I think it was
definitely.
I think it was like a random generator, and then you hit the button at the right time. It would. I really think it was. It seemed that way anyway.
It was.
All I know is I'd be tapping my damn controller so damn fast. Damn. Oh man. But what? Everyone's tapped their controller, man. Come on. There's no shame in that.
Well, of course. I mean, but no, what I'm just trying to figure it out, because tonight we went to have pizza at this little pizza place around here, and they have arcade games, and they had like this retro machine, and it had like Galaga, Dig Dug.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to play this. And I was playing Galaga, and I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. Game. But you couldn't like have like rapid fire no matter how fast you tap the button.
Yeah. That's how that was the skill gap. I mean, that's how they didn't have it where you just obliterated everything on the screen all the time. Now, eventually, once you let them capture a ship, that's what I'd always do. That was always my first move in Galaga. I let them capture a ship, and then at least I'd have a little bit more spread on my fire. Man,
like akimbo ships.
Yeah. It was, man. It was nice. But you were fatter, so you couldn't get away from those rogue ships every now and then. It was just a matter of time. Man,
did you guys ever play or have a Sega Genesis?
I never did Sega. I never went that route. I went Super Nintendo.
I did. Yeah, I did briefly. Right before, I think, whatever came out after.
I remember my cousin, and I would love to go to his house to play his Sega, because I didn't have a Sega. But it was when Sega Channel had first came out, and it was like you get like 10 games every month, and you got to hook it up to your like cable, like coax cable, I believe it was some kind of thing. And it was like a early Game Pass kind of thing.
Man, they were way ahead of their time, weren't they?
It's super ahead of their time.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Now I'm pissed. I never lived that. Never lived this.
Well, I mean, Sega just never cared before. I mean, they were like the first ones to bring out like blood in games.
They were like the rogue gamer, man. They were like the rogue console. It's like, okay, we're not going to sell the most consoles, so we're going to offer crap that Super Nintendo can't.
Yeah.
I remember it was cool. It had some cool games over there. I had friends who had them, but I mean, it was Nintendo and then straight into PlayStation after that. Well, Native, how did you find Destiny, man?
Destiny actually was a couple of buddies of mine, and we would play Call of Duty together, and that's what was my mainstay for a long time was just the different CODs every year. And they were talking about Destiny all the time. It's like, man, it's cool, but I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so they finally convinced me, and I got it, and I jumped on with them. And to be honest, I hated it at first. I absolutely hated it. It was so slow, and like the aim, and like the sensitivity, especially on console, you know?
Yeah.
It was so slow compared, like coming 30
from frames. It's 30 frames compared to 60.
Just the sensitivity itself, though, your aim and everything like that. It felt sluggish, and I didn't like it for the longest time. Not to mention, I went, no offense, Gator, but I went Warlock, and I've never liked Warlock, but one was a Titan, one was a Hunter, and I was like, I'll just take the third one, whatever. You know, I don't know what it's about, but
yeah. So
yeah, and I don't like Warlocks.
What?
Nah,
what?
I like this guy.
They don't know how to jump.
They don't have to jump. I'm hovering above you, man. You're sitting there going boing, boing with your Hunter.
Easy picks for a Titan.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. Skeet shooting.
God, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, God, I love jumping on the Warlock. It's so easy to jump. You can hover and take your time on all the platforms. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. I like shooting people out of the air.
Not in Crucible. In Crucible, I'm blinking. So good luck shooting me out of the air.
That's another reason I hate them.
What?
And the Hunters too with the blink.
No, the Hunters have blink. Crazy. What are you gonna do? Poor Titans. What are they going to do?
That's all right.
We're going to dodge.
You got your cheater boots.
We got our fists.
Okay. All right. Good luck hitting Vapor. All right. I won't get into it.
Anyway. So, what have you been up to in Destiny lately?
As you guys know, working on builds and doing King's Fall over and over again. But actually, I've been loving it. Like, Kingsfall is so much fun, and I've never been the one to do raids or really PvE content in general. Like, I was always Crucible Trials. But since my son got me back in this game about 6 months ago, I've been really enjoying like the lore and like really kind of diving deep into it. So really mainly the raids. Last season I did, all the seasonal content, like loving the storyline. And then right now just getting into this season of the Plunder and Kingsfall, really.
Nice.
So you took a little bit of a break from Destiny for a while, I see.
Oh yeah. No, I was always like one to sit there and I'll do, like, I started with Red War, did the Leviathan with some buddies, and Trials came out, did Trials, had fun with that. And then when they took Trials away, I didn't want to touch this game again. And then I would come back and forth when there was a new, DLC, come back, do the DLC, and then usually fade off from there, come back. And yeah, it was my son that convinced me to come back about 6 months ago, and I've been loving it since. I've been actually embracing the game and the storyline, the lore, and actually, going full into it.
Good deal, man.
Nice.
I mean, glad to
how
have
old's
you
your
back.
son?
He's 16.
Oh boy.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing that the age range of people that play this game.
It's all over the place. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
Just fascinating to me.
That's what makes it fun. And that's what I like in coming to this community with you guys in the Discord, because I always thought, I don't know, man, I'm 35. Yeah, there's probably a bunch of young kids in this, but
Nope.
Come to find out, I almost look like the younger one sometimes.
Sometimes you are in the room. Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
we
You hear
got
Gator,
well,
saying, "Get off my lawn," and
back in my day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, what have you been doing, Hazel? What have you been doing this week in Destiny, man?
Oh man, it has been a week. So somebody in the GDC2 clan just threw a message out, and I'm like, okay, I can, they were like, hey, we're in Kingsfall, we're stuck at War Priest. Was it War Priest? Yeah, I think it was War Priest.
Yeah.
And they were like, can somebody help? And I was like, hey, I've got nothing to do and barely a voice, so I can help. So I say I can, and I join up. And it's the funniest thing because it's Beardo in the Discord, and his name, but it was Wrong Side of Heaven in the clan.
Oh, okay.
But Beardo in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And his buddies were giving him so much hell.
Wow.
Because he was fanboying out because it was me. And I'm like, dude, I'm just a guy.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, I'm nothing special. I'm really not. And I'm like, I'm going to die probably more than anybody in here, but I'm not going to try to cost us this thing. And he's like, it's okay. It's okay. I put on the hug emote and I gave him a hug. So he was just over the moon. It was pretty,
awesome,
it was a
man.
really cool moment.
That is awesome.
But we beat the raid. It was an event, to say the least. Shoot to loot. That's for you. Wrong Side of Heaven. And, then after that, I raided with you.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Fat Bloonskis had contacted us. He contacted us a couple weeks ago and said, listen, man, I like to get our two communities together. Let's do a raid together. And he picked his girlfriend, Queen Slayer, who joined our Discord. Welcome. And a good friend of his, Panda. And we had myself, we had you, and of course, who else did we have? I can't remember.
You can't remember Elmer Fudd?
No, I was just passing the buck to you, man. Of course, it's Elmer Fudd. We actually talked about it. We're like, who can we bring in here, man? I mean, because we wanted to have fun, and Fudd didn't know, he didn't remember a lot of it. He ran it a few times back in Destiny 1, but he needed a refresher. So he said, this is perfect, man. Let's bring Fudd in. And man, I had a great time, man. That was a great raid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was relatively quick too.
Fudd kind of plays dumb sometimes, like he doesn't know what he's doing. That MFer is a smart guy. He's a lot smarter than he puts on. He catches on very quick.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But I did want to throw out one other thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I've been doing is Iron Banana.
Wow.
But we'll talk about that.
We got a question about that from Mr. Miner this week, too.
Yeah. We'll talk about that then. So,
Okay.
what about you? What else have you been up to? So you went on another raid,
Yeah,
right?
actually, Kingsley messaged me Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah. Saturday, Monday. Crap, man, my days are so, it's been a busy week. I was just finishing up my mods video, and I just finished up, and Kingsley messaged me, says, "Hey man, I'm just thinking you maybe want to do a raid sometime today?" I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds good. I haven't raided with you guys in a long time." He's all right. Well, let me talk to everyone and see if I can get a group, together. It was all Guardian Hub and one little Guardian Downcast in there. I was looking at the roster, but it was a lot of old friends. I had Ninja Muffin in there. Edifier, it was, Yoda. Yoda was in there.
Nice.
Sin jumped in there at the last minute and helped us out. Just a really good time, man. And, it just a smooth raid. We all were just having fun. And I tell you what, I gotta admit, man, King's Fall has been the most fun raid to start out a season because one, I know it. And so there's no pressure there to learn a new, I know all the legend or all the heroic moves and stuff. And that got me in trouble when we raided because I kept thinking we needed to do an extra step. And you're like, no, dude, it's not that difficult. You're making it too hard on yourself. And I realized it was just a regular raid. So, man, I had a great time. I played, and we, I have to mention this too. I did my first live stream in a while this last, I believe it was Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday night. And, Native Raider was in my group. Excuse me, losing my voice. Metal Giles, Grackle was in there. Oh my gosh. I'm going to forget somebody. I always forget somebody.
Priceless.
Yeah, Cloud,
Oh.
Cloud, Priceless Cloud, Princess was there. And, cause she is a little princess. And Slammin', her dad Slammin' was in there. And, man, that was a great night, wasn't it? We got on a pretty good winning streak there. And, just good times, man. I mean, I was grinning ear to ear the whole night. I had at one point, I had like 35 people, watching the stream. And I was just like, who are these people in my stream? I was humbled. I was really, excited everyone showed up to watch it. And it was the first try for Iron Banner. Okay, Gator, we'll talk about this later, but I had a great time. It's been a fantastic week. I needed this week because we had some couple rough weeks. So.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, I did want to find out. So, Native, since you've been going crazy in the raid and stuff, what do you think about it?
I enjoy it. I mean, I never touched it in D1. Like I told you, I came toward the end of D1, so this is my first time experiencing it. And it was a lot of fun. I like the visuals itself, and I've seen the gameplay from the old one. I mean, it's beautiful. So I really enjoyed it. I like the mechanics. It's simple, but still challenging. You know what I mean? And, I've gotten some pretty good groups too. And yeah, it's been fun. I got to do another one. I'm going to try to do another one tomorrow.
I got one as well.
For my footage for my Void Titan build.
Nice.
For the raid. That'll complete all three.
Nice.
And, yeah, it's been fun. I actually got an LFG one, that I did a couple days ago for one of the builds, and we were able to clear it in an hour 11. Everybody was just on their shit. So it was real nice.
By the way,
Nice.
For our listeners out there, I meant to do this at the top of the show. His YouTube channel is N8iV Raider. That's spelled N8, small I, V, R, the number 8 again, and R, N8iV Raider. And, he's got a really cool channel. So check him out. And, like I said, you're coming up with your Void build for your Titan next. So can't wait to see that one.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Well, okay. Let's get back to the interview here. What do you think? I've got some specific questions here, and we also have our signature questions, Hazel. Let's see. Let me go with this first. N8iV Raider, how did you find our community initially?
I found it actually, podcasting, I like searching the podcast for Destiny 2, podcast. Cause it was the middle of the NFL off season. And when, when season's in, I am locked in Raiders podcast nonstop. I got an hour commute to work every day. So I'm getting every lowdown about the AFC West, the Raiders and everything like that. But it was slow and I was jumping into this game and getting pretty heavy in this game. I was like, man, I'd like to see if there's even podcasts. I didn't even know if that was going to be a thing, So I searched it. I found a couple. I didn't really care for it too much. And then I came across this one. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm going to subscribe to this one and just keep on listening. Then weeks later, I joined the Discord. I had to learn Discord too, cause I had no idea. I had my son have to explain to me. I was like, what was this all about? And like, he had to show me and school me up a little bit on Discord. So still learning that. But that's how I found it, was just honestly random search, and you guys were up there too. I mean, it had to be like in the top 5 for Destiny podcast.
Damn, Google didn't fail us, Hazel. Google actually helped us for a change. How about that?
I'm crying.
I know, man. SEO actually works. I whatever that means. Siri, what's SEO?
Don't tell them.
Never mind.
They're going to fix it.
Okay.
They're going to fix it, and then nobody will find us ever.
Yeah, it'll be gone. Yeah.
We're going to wind up in the bottom of an ocean.
I have another another very important question I need to ask Native here before you go here, Hazel. Native Raider, hey man, do you do bounties?
I knew this one was coming. No and yes, I guess. I mean, I do the transmog ones from Ada1. Okay. Other than that, I don't touch them.
You don't do the gunsmith bounties? Those are easy.
Nah.
Love this guy.
It's a waste of my glimmer, to be honest.
Oh, all right.
And glimmer is rough on me right now, trying to do all these builds and like sitting there and leveling up armor and everything like that. It's been rough on the pockets in Destiny.
Where's Miner? Can we get him back? Miner, where you at, buddy? I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
go ahead, Hazel. Go ahead.
See, now he doesn't care about you. Now he's like,
no,
okay,
I
Hazel,
care. I care. I really do. I do.
Unfriended? What the hell?
Oh, sorry. Did I hit that?
Mid-podcast.
Too soon.
There you go. Yep.
Damn, I didn't mean to do that till after the show. My bad.
Yeah, and you already sent like 2 friend requests to Miner.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm just kidding. So, all right. But regardless of Gator and his preference for people and bounties, why do you game?
To be honest, gaming I'm a competitive person naturally, so it kind of helps feed that, trying to compete and trying to do the best at anything. But it's also just a chill out, relax, get my mind off of daily stresses and life, and have me a drink and just chill and game.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Nice.
I hear you. That's me too. All day.
That is needed a lot.
Especially today. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can do it with TV, but I prefer to do it with using my brain. So, oh man. All right. Well, I have another specific question here. Describe your YouTube channel for us. What's your theme of your YouTube, or what's your mission on your YouTube? If you were, if someone was to ask you, hey, this YouTube channel you got, what's that about?
So that was a tough one for me, and I'm still trying to navigate and figure that out.
That's okay, because we all kind of, even our podcast, it took us a while to figure out what the hell we were. So you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a complete answer. I'm just curious.
No, so I wanted to do a gaming channel, and at the time I'm playing Destiny, and I started thinking about it, started looking at other games and everything like that. But I felt like Destiny was the perfect one for content creation, because Bungie is so active. They're always adding things, changing things. Yeah. There's so much content that they put out that, a YouTuber can sit there and take advantage of and make content for. And then I at the start of the channel, I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was all over the place. Like, I was doing, the Sever Resolve mission, like recording that, talking about it a little bit, and doing some of this, some of that. I was doing daily YouTube shorts of what Ada1, Banshee, and all them, the daily reset stuff.
Nice.
And I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And then it hit me, about a month ago, or maybe less now, maybe 3 weeks ago. Like, all right, I'm going to just go I need to like go into more of a niche into Destiny 2, not just Destiny 2 overall. There's so much to cover on it. I need to even like, focus, like narrow my focus even more. So I love playing Titan, and I was like, you know what, let's just do Titan builds, and we'll do other Titan tips and tricks that I want to do, and maybe some blooper reels. Like I want, like I've been recording like little things that happen to me. That's just
nice.
Like, what the hell, what the hell as a Titan. And so it's going to be like a, why does Destiny hate me kind of video, but so it'll be fun and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's just, I'm centering on Titans itself. I did try to sit there and make me a Warlock and Hunter, and I was getting on them, and I was trying to level them up and get exotics, and I'm just like, man, this is too much.
It's a lot of work.
I was like, let me just focus on Titan. That's what I like to play. That's what I know in this game. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. No, nice. I think it's a good start. I mean, when you start deciding to record and do video creation on YouTube, anything in game you're trying to capture if something cool comes along, You gotta have that. You have that mindset now where, let me go back and record that because that was good. Yeah. Yeah.
And Xbox makes it easy with the, just record the last 30 seconds or 1 minute or.
Yeah. Same with PlayStation.
Sometimes I'll just run OBS like for the entire raid or each encounter. I'll run OBS and record it just in case I got footage that I want to use. Yeah. But I got to remember to delete all that off my computer because that is so much space. It takes so much memory. It's crazy.
It does. Yeah. That's cool, man. No, I think you're in a guide. That's a great start, man. I think that's a good way to head. Because people always need help with that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So I've got a question. It's not on the list, but it's something that you said, and it's kind of like a follow-up to it. So you said that you're a competitive person when I asked about gaming. Do you like PvP?
I do. That's all I really played in this game or any other games, really. If it doesn't have a PvP aspect, I usually don't touch it,
Okay.
So yeah, no, I like it. I'm trying to get a trials team together. So everybody, listening, and especially in our Discord, let's try to get something together.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
I think the first trials is in the end of this month, I believe, is the first trials.
It's next week. I just got the announcement. Next week it's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm
You're stealing stuff from that massive twab, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm a good communicator. I'm not going to be a killer for you. But I'm a good communicator, so I don't know.
Oh, you're doing your thing in Iron Banner for sure.
Yeah, every dog finds a bone every now and then, but I mean, I can contribute. If you're needing like if you don't already have a killer and you need someone just to kind of support, I'm good for that. I'm not a killer though, so.
All right, let's do it.
All right, cool deal. Hey, there's two.
Look at that.
Damn, is N8iV going to pull me back into frickin' trials again? Wow. It might actually
Dude, you're
work.
supposed to be the PvP guy.
I like PvP. It's just trials is sweaty as hell, man. It's very sweaty. But I do love the 3v3 concept. I really do.
Have you played PvP at all lately?
Yeah. Iron Banner.
Yeah. Isn't it all sweaty?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know about you. I don't know about you, N8iV, but when I jump into any kind of crucible, it's like I put my competitor hat on or I flip my lid back around. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you play Crucible, it's like I have to be really focused when I play.
You got to stay locked in.
You do.
And we got to play trials too. Cause you guys saw those two new guns they added. They got a precision shotgun and, what is it? A bow.
The fusion rifle is really good too. I was listening to Lego Flash on, the Destiny community podcast this week. And oh my God, he got me excited about fusion rifles again. Yeah. He said Trials Fusion. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to play Trials.
He's talking to Epicurean too. I haven't really gave that one a shot.
I haven't crafted that one yet either. Yeah. And he was telling me, I got to start farming. I got so much to do, man. Hey, you know what? Can we just end the podcast? I got to go play some Destiny. No, go ahead, Hazel.
That's fine. But no is the answer.
All right, Dad.
But yeah, I was just curious if you played PvP and that kind of thing. Have you made any builds regarding PvP and?
Yeah, I have a bunch on Dim, but I haven't done any videos on them yet, and that'll be coming. I just want to finish the three main ones for Kingsfall because that's part of the Kingslayer title. So I wanted to finish that first, and then I'm jumping into the PvP side.
That's smart. Yeah, I like that. Like that strategy. Because PvP, nice. Because that's probably, there'll be a lot of PvP at the end of the season when all the stories and stuff are wrapped up. I mean, that's kind of the end game in Destiny when there's nothing else to do. Yeah. Okay. I have another specific question here, asking for a friend. Do you have a routine or plan when you create videos?
I'm trying to. I'm still trying to figure out the work-life YouTube balance, you know, especially with my job. It's like all over the place right now, as far as time. So, like this morning I had to go in at 2 a.m, you know, tomorrow I'll be back during regular days. So it's kind of all over the place. Well, but my goal is to have like 2 uploads a week at minimum.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's the goal.
So
that's what I would like to do.
I find myself just kind of picking away at them. I like a project. I'll just kind of pick away as I have an hour or two, to devote to it. Are you the same way, or do you have to sit down and just knock it out?
Yeah, both. I mean, I've done it to where I've done the entire thing, and I just had like a day off, and I'm like, hey, I tell my wife like, hey, babe, I'm gonna just try to knock this out. If you can just give me like, the next 3 hours or so, like I'm gonna just try to knock this out. But this one, actually, for the Void one, I was working on it prior to us recording this. And so I was, getting some clips and doing some more kind of like data analysis, trying to check out what's better for this and this and, mods and all that kind of stuff, flipping stuff around, seeing what's the best possible thing I can come up with. Right. So yeah, I a little bit of both. Okay. And I think it probably pecking it away and whatever time you have to try to get it done is probably the best route.
All right. I have one more, asking for a friend, of course. What are your future plans for your channel? Where do you plan on taking it?
I don't know yet, to be honest. I mean, like I said, Titan Central, and I want it to be quality content. I don't want to just be pushing out trash just to,
no,
more
I don't want to either.
The quality over quantity. And I know that's not necessarily the best for the algorithm, so to speak, but,
it's like your baby. Sure. You're like putting your baby out into the world and you're just going to see how the world likes it or doesn't like it.
Yeah. And the way I think about it too is like if I'm pushing out quality content and it might not be as rapid as others that are putting out maybe less quality, I might not grow as fast, but I feel like that sustained growth will happen and you'll have more loyal, viewers. So that's kind of my mindset going into it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great state of mind, man. It really is. Yeah. All right. I'm done with my asking for a friend questions. Hazel, go ahead.
Okay. So we will move on to our signature questions.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
So do you have any hobbies outside of gaming?
Just hanging with family. I like to barbecue a lot, hitting the beach whenever we can. And of course, following the best sports franchise that ever exists on the planet, the Raiders.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
That's great, man. That's sweet. Nice.
Yeah. I follow them very closely.
Go Bucks. Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders?
Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders. Sin City Raiders.
Sorry, just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That hurt me when they moved.
Yeah.
So, I used to be a Raiders fan when, like, their first trip to Oakland. Anyway.
What stopped you? Just the move?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I love Tim Brown.
Oh, okay.
He was just like the GOAT, Yeah, you just throw something near him and then he would just catch it and it would just, it was just fun to watch. And then I guess they just became like a cluster after a while. I mean, what was it? Jamarcus
Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah,
that wasn't fun at all.
Tough times.
That was the biggest bust in history, I think, of the NFL.
And then your owner passes too. He's been there forever, so.
Yeah, but Mark Davis is doing a good job. It took him a little time to get it around, but you starting to actually, wake up, and we got Josh McDaniels. My bad. I know this is a Destiny podcast, but I could talk about Raiders all day.
That's all right. It's all right. Yeah, fantasy football started up now officially, so the smack talk.
Yeah, I'm already losing, so yeah, it's great.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens.
I'm not even looking yet. I'm not gonna look. I'll look tomorrow, as I know we had some Thursday games. But all right. Well, this question's coming, and I've been wanting to ask it all week, so I'll ask it now. Native Raider, dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
It's a combination of two things. My old gamer tag that I had since the start of Xbox 360, it was J-Native, and then my Twitter account, which was Raider J.
Nice.
J standing for James. My first name's James. So
Okay.
I just kind of like combined the two, and I just recently did it when I started my YouTube because I wanted something different.
Mhm.
And that was the first time changing my gamer tag ever. So,
I like it, man. I like the brand. I really do.
Yeah.
oh, thank you. I know it's probably a pain for people to type in on their phones though, like going back and forth into the number. But I was
it could be worse. It could be underscores.
Yeah.
I might be doing a change too because the algorithm's saying, no, man, algorithms suck. I mean, underscores suck, man. You need to get rid of that. But gosh, it's my identity now, you know? It's weird.
Yeah,
absolutely.
well,
Man. Keep it, rock it.
Now, what is,
Do you know why?
Go ahead.
You know why YouTube doesn't like underscores though?
No, why?
It's because they have like if you have like closed captioning on, the underscores show up if there's profanity.
Oh, that's right.
So it reads it as profanity.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
good to know.
That is good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How about that? Well,
Hey, so when do you start your channel?
yeah, there you go.
Oh fuck, dude. I have a channel, but it's more just like highlights and lowlights and BS. So
Well, I'm gonna subscribe.
Hell yeah.
oh hell.
Hey, I got a question. Your emblem on your YouTube channel, it's an eagle, right?
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that? I mean, why an eagle? Is it just
I'm Native American, so the eagle
okay.
is kind of symbolic,
Oh,
and that's
nice.
what the native side comes from.
sweet?
Yeah, so it's
Nice.
Native and Raider fan. But yeah, I just liked it. I ended up trying to like search different ones, and that one just caught my
I
attention.
like it. I like that. I like the look, man. It's a good look.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel left out because I don't have like an avatar like you or Gator. I'm like I just have my Hisoka just looking all smarmy and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it
maybe
stands out,
I
though.
will dabble.
Yeah, okay, there
Maybe
you
I'll
go.
dabble and see what I can do. I don't know.
You can
It's
go
a lot of effort.
directions.
And I'm
It-
lazy.
Yeah, well, it helps. I have a daughter who's a graphic artist, so she definitely helps me out. I don't know where I'd be without her. It would be a disaster. So, all right, we got 2 left. Do you want to ask this
Yep.
one, and I'll take them out?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
So, do you have a motto or mantra or a couple of them that you like?
I do, and this one comes from my one of my company commanders, and it was our troop motto, and it was just selfless and relentless, and it was on the back of our troop T-shirts, you know, and
Nice.
and he would elaborate more on it, and he said, you know, whatever you do in life, do it selflessly, but do it with relentless effort, and that always stuck with me, and I plan to have that tattooed on my body eventually, but yeah, selfless and relentless.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Stick with it. Never give up. Keep it going. Keep the pressure on. I like that. Yeah, good deal.
And always for others kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
selflessly. All right. I'll take us out with this one. This is my favorite question in any interview I've ever done, and I get all kinds of different answers. And that is, what's one thing about you, Native Raider, that maybe our community might not know about you?
I have no idea.
It could be big or small, by the way. It doesn't have to be some grandiose, you know, I
Right,
have a
right,
third
right.
arm. No, it doesn't have to be something like that. I'm just saying there's maybe
He
a
could
little
have a
quirk.
third arm.
He might. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Might be like, the size of a baby's arm. No, I'm just kidding.
It could even be a lot of people have like quirks and stuff and things they do.
I mean, the serving in the army thing is something that nobody really knows about me in this, but we kind of already covered that. I did do 10 years active. I was infantry. I went to both Iraq and Afghanistan a few times.
Really?
But that was already kind of like briefed, before. But I guess the other thing would be, I still use military time for everything. And I think it's kind of partially toward my job because my job is still military time.
That's true.
And, my wife knows it now and she's used to it. So it's nice. And it makes so much more sense than AM PM, to be honest with you. Like there's just one 1700, there's only one 1800 and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I still use that on my phone, on my watches, on all my clocks in the house. It's military time.
Wow. Yeah. I have a couple buddies who were both combat medics in Iraq, and I don't know if they were in Afghanistan. I think it was before Afghanistan. So they were in Kuwait.
That's
too.
awesome.
So
That makes me laugh though that
Why?
you said that, Raider, because my dad was in the army. So I basically grew up and I knew my dad's social security number before I knew my own.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep, absolutely.
That's how it is, you know, because you have to know his for everything. So yeah, so I mean that, and also, you know, like you said, you know, military time. It's like, well, yeah, is there any other time?
I think Commando.
It just makes so much more sense, to be honest. It just makes most people do. I was stationed in Germany for my first duty station, and that's what I saw out there. It was all, you know, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like as far as the hours. Right. So I think maybe it's just an American thing. I'm not sure, but I know at least in Germany, when you see like stores and their hours, it was in that kind of time format, the 24-hour format.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen when I went to London. I think I saw it. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah. Well, hey, Native Raider, thanks, brother, for sharing your life with us tonight, man. It's a good interview.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, that means it's time for the speed run. Will Native Raider be ready for it? We'll have to wait and see. We'll be right back.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners, this segment is called The Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 385 possible questions for our guest. And Native Raider here is going to have 90 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers. And at the end of the year, the guest with the most answers will win a prize and title of 2022 Speedrun Champion. The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and you'll have to quickly answer what comes to mind, and be as honest as you can. Tonight I'm going to ask the questions from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final, and he'll also adjust for stammering, like I just did. Our leader so far is 41, and that is by Mr. Rodimus Prime. So, Native Raider, you ready, man?
I'm ready.
Hazel?
Hold on, I'm doing a strike. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn it.
But not really. So, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan, of course.
What is your favorite Destiny 2 exotic weapon?
Sweet business.
Void, Solar Arc, or Stasis?
Stasis.
Should there be freelance solo strikes?
Yes.
Favorite donut?
Maple bar.
Beard or clean shaven?
Beard.
To be or not to be?
To be.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Crucible.
What do you wear when you're home alone?
Just jersey shorts and a t-shirt.
Lemon Arc, Trinity Ghoul, or Tiku's Divination?
Lemon Arc.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Morgan Freeman.
Human, Awoken, or Exo?
Awoken.
What's the best sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Goku or Vegeta?
Goku.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
McDonald's.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Nessus.
Extrovert or introvert?
Intro.
EDZ or Cosmodrome?
EDZ.
Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
No.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Fries or onion rings?
Fries.
Ikoricate or Zavala?
Zavala.
Stasis, yes or no?
Nah, yes.
What number am I thinking of?
7.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Last word or Ace of Spades?
Ace of Spades.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
Fallen, Vex, or Cabal?
Cabal.
King Kong or Godzilla?
King Kong.
What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Time.
Let's see. Captain Crunch.
That's a good one. Damn, I'm hungry already. Whew. All right. Hey, that's not bad, man. That's really good. A couple of them got you out of the gate. That cost you a little bit of time, but you know what though? I appreciate you were really thinking about the questions, so thanks, man. Hazel, how do you do, man?
30.
That's very respectable. That is very good. Good deal. Well, that's
that.
Just so you know, that I think that's what our speedrun champs last year got. So
yeah, they were moving then too.
Yeah, they were. That was good.
And right now the record's 41. Yeah, you said.
Yeah. I don't know how Rod.
He must have been doing it real good.
Well, when I curate these questions, I am looking for also the type of question, whether it's an open ended or either or. Those are all pretty much in the same order and same mixture. But I also look at how length of the question is. I always make sure that's pretty even too. So I try to make it as even as possible. But that night, Rodimus was just on it. So All right. Well, hey,
that was a lot of fun. I like
that.
it.
Was you all charged up now? That gets me charged up. All right. I've got a question for all you listeners out there. Do you have a great speedrun question for our speedrun segment? If that's a yes, join our Discord. Enter them into our speedrun question ideas channel, and we're going to add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And don't forget what's your favorite. Those are I like those. At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. We need some more creative questions out there, guys, so let's hear them. We're approaching the end of the year, and we need content. Please help us out. Also, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far in our little show, and you know someone who plays Destiny, do us a favor. Share our show with them. All our links are in our show description right down there. I'm pointing downward. All right. We appreciate it. Let's move on to our next segment. That would be This Week at Bungie. Hey Guardians, just a quick reminder that we now have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you all to be a part of it.
If you're looking to find a clan, now would be a great time to jump in and get to know some of these great gamers you've heard. We're not hardcore or anything like that. Enjoying what time you have for Destiny is all we ask.
So, if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under the channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan, where you can find a link. Otherwise, look for Guardian Downcast Pod, and the link will be in the show notes of this podcast. Right down there.
So, I lied before when I said that we don't ask anything of you, because we actually do. We ask that you do join our Discord first, so we can communicate clan stuff to you, like clan podcasts and clan nights, and just random shite like that. Besides that, you can lurk all you like.
So join us. All right, Hazel, 3rd week of Season of Plunder. What's going on in the TWAB this week, man?
Well, it's taken me a little bit to pull up the TWAB because it's so massive.
That's what she said.
Yes.
What?
Are you 12? I'm just kidding. Okay. So, here we go for this week at Bungie from Sam. Sam, I think this is maybe his first or second TWAB. So I think he kind of got off a little easy on this.
Yeah.
So, okay. The expedition is on Nessus. Trials is back next week. FYI, Lightfall is a thing. They want you to buy it. Aside from that, Dares of Eternity is still a thing. And they're reminding us that, hey, you can craft those weapons from there. So please get in there and do that. Then it goes right into Shit's Broken. There is a cool patch, though. I did want to mention this. The charged melee key bindings no longer functions inconsistently for Titan Thunderclap when in close range. So that's good. And then Storm Trance now correctly increases its damage over time when attacking. And lastly here, 120 hertz for PS5 will be available again in a future update.
I was wondering about that.
So yeah.
I noticed it was missing.
Aside from that, yep. Other Shit's Broken, movies, art, and peace out from Sam. And that's the TWAB.
Wow. Fastest TWAB in the West. Hell yeah.
Not really. I could have done it faster.
You could have, but I
just wanted to keep talking just so you wouldn't interrupt too much.
I was trying to get it in there.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Damn. Pegging? What?
What?
Huh?
What? No.
Anyway. So, Iron Banana's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on the new mode, Eruption?
Yeah, we played, a couple days ago, right? Native, what did you think, man?
I thought it was fun. I had a blast. It was enough, kind of, mayhem, not like crazy like mayhem, but it was just enough to keep it very active and people moving around the map. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought people would be just real passive, kind of sitting back and stuff, but I mean, maybe at the beginning of the game, people were kind of on their sides, but then it just went chaotic after that. I loved it, man. I love Clash already. And I mean, we play our scrims. We play a lot of Clash already. So we already know the game type. But the problem I had was I kept getting, pulsed. Is it pulsed or I'm trying to remember what the term is?
Primed.
Primed. Thank you. Primed. Yep. Yeah. I kept getting primed, but for the life of me, I couldn't find the timer. And then finally, once I saw the timer, I had 2 seconds. So I was like running at the enemy trying to blow somebody up. And hey, at least I didn't blow any of our teammates up. I made sure of that. It was like I had the goo in the raid and I was just getting away from everybody. Just like, I'll be over here in the corner, guys. I'll see you on the next life. So, but man, I loved it, man. It flowed pretty well. There's no skill-based matchmaking involved. So it was connection-based. It made it, the games varied quite a bit. We got into kind of a win streak there, but, I had a great time, man. From what I'm hearing in the forums and in Reddit is a lot of people are liking this new game type. I hope they keep it in. What did you? I can't believe you played Iron Banner, Hazel. What did you think of it, though?
Dude, it's weird. I actually loved it. I think the abilities are maybe just a tad bit too high because, all right, so just going full honesty mode here for you. I've been playing on my Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Crucible.
Go on.
There lies your problem.
It's just, well, actually, this season I have a 1.21
what?
KDA.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you. I mean, carry on.
No.
What?
No. It's not the Warlock. It's the skill that's going into it, thanks to scrims. But I'm running Shadebinder and Osmomancy Gloves.
Oh.
So I just keep getting those damn turrets and keep throwing them like in the back of the map at people.
You're that guy.
And they just annoys the hell out of them so much that I just go up and just shoot them, and it's just amazing.
Were you using those the other night, Native? Using the turrets?
What's that?
Using the stasis turrets? Someone was using them.
No. I only play Titan.
Oh,
yeah, he's only
right.
Titan.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Someone
was using them.
Titan.
Someone was using them. I like. Don't get me wrong, man. I like
to.
Titan. I'm an inner Titan. Believe me, I'm a closet Titan because I do love the movement on Titan, and I do love just crashing into things. But I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. It was just it all felt good. It was much needed because
I can't believe that you enjoyed it.
I did. I had a lot of fun. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, you can read the TWAB all day, but until you jump in and play it. Now, I have like 99 intellect. So when I was, what's the term again, Native? Primed?
Primed.
Yep.
When I was primed, man, I was getting supers so fast. And I would have 3 supers a game sometimes, maybe even almost on a 4th.
You were getting it was Nova Bomb that you were running.
I was
right?
like, and no one speaks of the Nova Bomb that I whiffed, but there was one out there. I think Sai was watching.
It's still floating out there right now.
It's still floating. It's like Orcs. He's just floating into space still.
It's chasing him.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get him.
But they're moving at the same speed, so it'll never happen.
In 1,000 years, you never know, Native. 1,000 years. I'll be dead though.
It's amazing.
But anyway, yeah. Anything else to add on that, Hazel? I mean, I can't wait to play. I'm ready to play. I got another game Monday before reset. We got Commando's going to be in there with me this time, and some of the other guys. So I'm pumped, man. I'm ready to play.
I am speechless that you actually like the game mode. I thought for sure you were going to be like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. There's too many grenades. There's too many of this. There's too much of that.
I hated Rift. I mean, I tolerated Rift, but I love this game type. Give me something where I'm shooting stuff and getting kills and show it to me at the end of the game. I'm in.
I'm just floored. I just thought you'd be like Mr. Purist about this and be like,
oh, don't get me wrong. I like a good gun game. But
yeah, I thought that's what you would be like.
But when you're on the, when you're on the giving end of multiple Nova Bombs a game, it's kind of hard not to like it. I don't know. And I had my, I was using Voidlock, of course, and I had my, my Devour, so I was getting my grenades back really fast already. So what I love about it though is once you get, excuse me, Once you get 2 kills, you start your your abilities start to increase just a little bit. But once you get that 5 kill streak and you're primed, everyone that's in the bubble around you just starts getting massive buffs to their recharge speed. And it's really great. And what happens is when someone gets a 5 kill streak, there's a little shield on them. And it says you got to go defend them. You want to defend them because, one, I guess on the scoring, you get more points per kill too. Like if you had multiple, areas captured in like control, I guess you got more per kill on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's the thing I did not understand with the scoring on the game. I mean, I did not understand it at all.
We would have games where we were like, there's no way. We started off like, you were there, Native. We started off, we were like, I don't know, it was like 70-15 or something. We're like, oh, this is not going to go well. And we ended up winning a game. It was so much fun, dude. It was just,
this game's easy to turn the tides. If you get primed, you're doing way more points per kill. So it's like, do you guys are on Call of Duty? You guys ever play Cranked? It's kind of got that same kind of
I played it a little
type.
bit. It is a tail end of Call of Duty when I finally gave it up, but I remember Cranked.
Yeah, but you can totally like turn the tides of war in that game mode.
Yeah. And if everyone is smart enough to get around your orb or your shield area, you would just pump everyone up with grenades and supers and stuff. And that's now that I know that, I'll start grouping up with everyone. And then if I'm about to explode, I'll just go dive into something. But yeah, I like the mechanics. I like everything. The scoring. I surprised myself. I didn't know what to expect that night. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. I wasn't used to the recharge, like the regeneration increases like that. So I would always have a grenade handy, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I did notice a lot of like death balling though.
Where people were about to explode, they just run into the enemy?
No. Like, they would just, like, group up on whoever it was and then just run through and mow anybody down.
I got you.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it fun, too, because you see the teamwork in the game mode, not just everybody running around doing their own thing. You actually see a lot of teamwork in this. That makes it more competitive and fun.
The teams
and I was playing freelance.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's got to be rough, no?
No. I went 7-3 in 10 games that I played.
That's awesome.
Well, I noticed when we played those games Wednesday night, the teams that we had a hard time against were the teams who stayed together and didn't spread out. So it makes sense because you only have like I would say a 10-meter area where you have to be close to the person who's primed. Otherwise, you don't get any benefit. So yeah,
you got to really protect that guy too, and then you got to allow the person that's primed to at least get a bullet off on an enemy. Yeah, so you can extend his timer.
That's the great thing.
Stack those points.
I thought I had to get a kill, so I was like panicking. All I had to do was just get a piece of somebody. All I needed was an assist, and I still got a countdown extension. So now that I know all that, I'm gonna play a little smarter come Monday night. So I might play a little freelance too. See how that goes this weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on, but I want to jump in and try the freelance mode. Anything else about Iron Banner? Anything on TWAB? Anything else we need to cover here, Hazel?
I don't have anything. Anybody else have any topics?
Yeah, I wanted to just run through some of the Xur drops for this weekend.
Oh, Xur?
There's some interesting ones, yeah.
Okay, well, let me boot my game up. Hold on a sec. You guys, I'll cover Warlock. How about that?
Okay. So starting with the exotic gear, that's for all classes. He's got the Colony out, which is the Void exotic grenade launcher. Right. For Hunter, it's the I don't know if I'm going to butcher this name, but Gwisen vest, maybe?
Gwisen vest,
yeah.
Okay.
Gwisen vest. Yeah.
Gwisen vest, okay. Insurmountable skull fort, which is super strong right now. That's actually what I use in my build, in my video for Arc in Kingsfall. And it's a 61 stat roll. It's got plus 20 resilience, so it's pretty spiky in resilience. And then the next one is strength with 11. And then it's got Skull of Dire Ahamkara.
Yeah.
So you got that one. That's a 61 stat. It's not bad. Strength, I guess. I'm not sure. It's a warlock, so it's kind of gross. And then we'll go into the legendary weapons. The legendary weapons, they brought back a pulse rifle, the Geon 7 rifle. And Gator, I know you're a pulse guy.
Yes.
What do you think about the Geon 7? Did you ever mess with that one?
It's a 390 adaptive. 390s just aren't really strong in the Crucible right now. I mean, they can be. I mean, they're very good entry pulse rifle because they're very accurate. But the time to kill it's okay. It's not terrible. But the Geon was one from I want to say it was the Warmind. No, it was I'm trying to remember what season that came from, but
I think you might be right. Yeah, Warmind.
I think it was the Warmind. I think when it
was reissued.
Yes, that's a great thing about Xur, and I'm thinking about doing a video on this because people don't know Xur. They don't know what's changed since Destiny 1, and there's so many things that Xur offers now for especially new players. Don't you agree, Native?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially these sunsetted weapons that you can't play with unless you get from Xur to actually be competitive in anything. So,
you're coming back to the game and you're like, well, I missed, all those seasons. I can't get any of those weapons. Well, yeah, you can actually. You can go to Xur and every weekend, sometimes he offers them. So I'm heading to Xur right now. I'll let you know what we got on Warlocks.
Yeah. And so it's for the Geon 7 itself, it's got the two different sights, which is nice because you don't really see that anymore. It's got an extended mag, a full auto trigger system, and Outlaw with range. So that's not bad, especially for a pulse.
Yeah, full auto is, it's in a mod now, so that's almost a wasted slot on this. That's the only bad thing about it. It does have Outlaw, which is, it's good. It's easy to get precision kills with this thing. And it's 2 hollow sights. I mean, they're like projection sights. Not hollow. They're not hollow sights. They're projection sights. And I'm not a real big fan of projection sights, but they are clean. I like a clean sight. So, yeah, I mean, they're not the best sights for the gun as far as the attributes. There's some sights that give you better range, and you get better range on these guns. You get better aim assist. So, that's something to think about.
That was pretty much it for the legendary weapons. It was just cool to see an old one come back.
Yeah.
If nobody has it, or you want to just throw it in the vault, just have it as a collectible. Yeah. So it's good to have. Farewell sidearm is not bad either. It's a 360 sidearm with moving target multi-kill clip. And that's about it for the legendary weapons. But the one big one that I wanted to talk about was actually the exotic weapons too. Everybody knows we have DMT, Deadman's Tail, and Hawkmoon as the exotics. It's going to cost you an exotic cipher and an ascendant shard to get these. But the Hawkmoon right now is rolling with Eye of Storm, which is actually a really good role for Crucible type play, especially when you're getting those hand cannon battles. And as you get hit, you just get more accurate and boosts your handling. And then the one for me though is DMT. I love Deadman's Tail. I think it's a really good weapon. I don't like the changes that they did on it recently with the cranial spike, but this one is rolling Outlaw. And if anybody uses DMT, you know how long it is to reload this weapon. So your precision kills will, just make you reload so much faster. So I could see, I'm definitely going to get this one, throw it in the vault and use it and see how it feels. But with Outlaw, I really, really kind of like that DMT.
It's very expensive to get these weapons, but they're like one thing I want to mention with the Hawkmoon for this week is it has a combat grip and recoils everything on a hand cannon. How much lift you have when you fire it. It contributes to bloom. And my aim assist of 93 on this gun, it's crazy. So yeah, it's a good one to get. I'm lukewarm on Eye of the Storm. It's good for Crucible because your health is always getting lower. And I wanted to mention your Deadman's Tail had arrowhead break too. That's my favorite mod.
Yes.
Because it just reduces the recoil so well. And by the way, it was on the Farewell sidearm too. I want to mention that arrowhead break was on that as well. That's a very good thing to have on a sidearm because sidearms can get a little erratic.
It can.
It's not a mod, by the way, Gator.
I mean, it's a barrel perk.
Weapon
yes,
perk.
Yes,
yeah, perk.
I'm in mod zone this week. Sorry.
I know. I just want to smack you straight.
I know.
Be like,
Thank you.
just
I'm awake.
Don't confuse anybody.
I'm not fading yet. I'm good. Yeah. Anything else, Hazel? You see there? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah. So, actually, a quick question for Native here is. What's something that you look for in armor for people that are maybe like wanting to do a build but don't even know where to start? Like for the Titan, what would you look for stats?
So for stats, obviously resilience. That's your class ability, your shield, That's the one you want to focus in mostly. And then from there, it's kind of whatever you're trying to build into. So me, I love my grenades, especially with some of the Titan grenades that we have. So I'm looking at resilience and discipline. Also just overall stats, because sometimes, you may not need, your entire armor pieces to be super high in resilience and discipline. And then you're going over the 100 mark, which means it means nothing. After 100, whatever you have in it, you could have 150. That 50 means nothing. You're wasting your stat. So, those are my personal favorites depending on the build, but resilience is number one. And then kind of whatever else, depending on what kind of build you're going for. If you're trying to get your super fast, or you go intellect, strength for melee, like an arc 3.0 build or something like that, or, grenades for discipline and so on and so forth. But, outside of those two, recovery is always important, mobility, less so. Intellect for me, less so. But yeah, and with that, the legendary armor that Xur's offering right now, there's nothing too crazy spiky. There is a 65 roll on the helmet, with the high in resilience. It's kind of a nice, even medium with, 12 in mobility, 13 in resilience, 12 in discipline, and 12 in strength. So yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on your playstyle as well. But for me personally, it's resilience first, which it should be for damn near every Titan, and then what do you want to do with it come second.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. I pulled up Hunter, just because I figured I didn't want to make, Gator have to pull up Hunter. So for the Hunter, their legendary armor, the gauntlets are meh. And the reason why I say they're meh is because they're 61 and they're high recovery and discipline. But when I say high, it's only 14. So it's not too spiky. Now the vest for the Hunter, that actually looks pretty damn good. It's only 59. So if you don't have something like this is something you could pick up for it, but it's 16 mobility, which is good because that goes into your class ability. So you can dodge. Resilience is 12, nothing too crazy. Discipline is 17 and strength is 10. Recovery is 2 though, and intellect is 2 also. So, you could throw a mod on there and put it at 69. And then masterwork it for an additional 12. And, if you needed it. And I mean, to me, it's a pretty good stat distribution for discipline and strength and resilience and mobility. I mean, because even resilience is not just good for Titans. It's also good for, warlocks and hunters too. Yeah. So the chest is, a good thing if you need it. You can probably get better just by playing the game, but it's definitely a good step in the right direction if you're looking to build a build. The mask, the helmet is 15 mobility, 9 resilience, 22 discipline. It's a 62 stat roll. So it's pretty spiky there. I don't know though. And then the legs are sort of meh, like Native said. For hunters, I would say mobility, resilience are probably king. And then recovery is always a nice to have. But discipline, intellect, and strength. Intellect, to me, there's less of a focus on it, just because it really doesn't do much.
Yeah, they've nerfed it quite a bit. It doesn't recharge as quick as it used to.
And with the right builds, you can generate so many orbs of power that intellect just means nothing.
Bypass it.
Yeah. Exactly. But with discipline and strength, that's your neutral game. So that way you can go ahead and, because that's what people say when they talk about neutral game. I never understood what the hell they meant when they mentioned neutral game all the time. But it's basically, how your abilities pair with your grenade and melee.
Your rift, your
and I guess your class ability too. But it's just more so, melee and grenade and that kind of thing. So if you like grenades and you throw them a lot, or you have a melee build like Hunter Stasis and you want to throw your 2 shurikens, you want to build into strength and get those, and grenades is discipline. Gator, what do you see over there for Warlock?
Yeah, I got Warlock pulled up here, and I'll be honest, Warlock's not looking too hot in the legendary armor slot. But one thing I wanted to mention that we haven't mentioned yet is for those new players who jump into this game and are looking to get collections of past seasons, this is the Righteous collection. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is from the Saint 14 season. I'm trying to remember the name of that season.
Season of Dawn?
Is it Dawn? Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's from Season of Dawn. I'm trying to look at the emblem here, but because they put a seasonal emblem in the legendary on the tile, and I'm trying to remember what that is. But the thing with warlocks, as far as it can get pretty complicated. For me, see, this is how different of players we all are here. Just we're talking all our different stats on our armor. I'm all about mobility, resilience, and recovery when it comes to Crucible. Now, when I'm playing PvE, I could care less about mobility because the enemies I don't care about dodging and strafe speed when I'm shooting enemies in PvE. But in Crucible, mobility is important to me. I usually try to keep a tier 8 or higher because you can dance around people who don't have a high mobility, especially if you're aiming down the sight. But anyway, the only thing I saw that was good for the warlocks here were the boots, the righteous boots. There was a little bit of a spike. They had a 24 discipline spike. And whenever I see a 20 or over spike in a stat armor for legendary armor here, that usually perks my ears up because when you're putting certain builds together using DIM or whatever tool you're using to make builds, those spiked, I keep using the wrong term here, but the spiked, stats on armor is where you can start really stacking up and getting 100 tier builds on whatever you decide to do. Discipline's not my favorite as far as a spike, but it does have 13 recovery and 12 mobility. So this might be good for a PvP role if you don't have a high discipline build. Discipline doesn't mean much to me because I'm a void lock and I have Devour. I can just create grenades all the time. But if you're running, the new Arc 3.0, it's maybe not as easy to do that. So something to think about. And, I just want to mention that Xur not only offers armor, but he offers the entire collection of armor. So if you're trying to get your transmog stuff and you really like this armor and how it looks on your character, you can acquire these. They're not cheap. 50 legendary shards and 1,000 glimmer per piece. But it does unlock the ornament for transmog. Once you have the materials, of course, to unlock it in your transmog bounty or menu. So that's all I see on the warlock is the boots. The only thing this week it looks good, and even the skull. So Skull of Dire Ahamkara? It's not the greatest stat. It's pretty bland as far as stats. There's not really any kind of spike here. So if you already have this helmet, I'd pass on it.
Depending on your role, that is.
That's true.
I mean, that's the thing. Unless it's better than, like Fallout always says in his videos, if it's better than what you have, then get it.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, then.
Yeah, if you have a 48 stat Skull of Dire Ahamkara, this 61 is going to look a lot better. There's going to have a lot more stats spread out, but there's no real spiky stats in this. But all around, if you have a 48 build or a 48 stat armor, and you need to definitely get it. I agree.
Yep.
What were you going to ask me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you recommend for warlocks? What should they look for? I mean, in just PvE. Well, you said mobility and you said mobility doesn't matter. In
PvE it doesn't as much.
Right.
Well, all three classes, there's one stat that contributes to the recharge rate of their class ability. For hunters, like you said, it's mobility. And like Native said, it's resilience. For Titans, well, for warlocks, it's recovery. If you want to get that rift back faster, you got to have the higher the recovery stat, the higher tier recovery you're at on your total build, the faster it'll recharge for you. So obviously recovery is real important on a warlock because if you want those wells or you want to, you want to use your class abilities more often, it's good to have. I think I have the other night we were playing on PvP Iron Banner. I'll just tell you right now, I had a 88 stat mobility. I had an 80 stat resilience, and I had a 60 stat recovery.
Gator, I'm talking about PvE. I don't give a good shit about
PvE. It's going to be recovery because you want to be able to get your health back quickly once you get shot by an enemy. And if you have those rifts to pop up quick, to heal up quick too, for Warlock, that's probably your best bet is a high recovery build. like I said, mobility doesn't mean as much. Resilience does mean more now. It does mean you can definitely beef yourself up and make yourself a little more resistant to damage from enemies in PvE. So I would say, for me personally, recovery, resilience. Intellect, and I'm not a big strength fan in any of my builds. Even my Titan, I'm not a big strength fan. So
See, I am, depending
I know
on the build.
you're a melee guy. I know. I get it.
Well, no, not even that. I mean, it's just depending on what the melee is. Like, if it's my hunter, then I'm using smoke.
Yeah. Like I said, it's different for everybody. It's just not my cup of tea.
Right, but I'm just saying
everything's build based.
It is. Yeah.
It is build based. Because if you're running Titan, you're running Solar, and you got Throwing Hammer, like, you don't really care about your strength stat at all, because you're going to get it right back as soon as you pick it up. So it's all very, very based off of what your build is. But
I think that was a good idea, Hazel, telling people exactly what they needed to at least start looking for in builds. I think that was smart to at least help people who are just coming back to this game. Because a lot's changed since the year 1 of Destiny 2. A lot's changed.
Yeah, well, hell, I mean, in year 1, they didn't even have intellect, discipline, and strength.
No,
so.
It was just the first.
A lot's changed in the last month.
Yeah, exactly.
Alone, you know,
just with the fact the more resilience you have, the more the less flinch you get. That's a big, man.
Yeah,
and more stability on your weapon. The less flinch you get, you combine those two together, you're not going to be flinching much. So, yeah. It's always changing. It's always a moving target, right?
Pretty much.
And also don't forget to check out Banshee 44's weapons too. Like, for those that are looking at Xur, check out Banshee. Right now he's got a Ogma PR6 that's pretty nice for PvE content with Demolitionist and Wellspring. That's real nice, especially if you're going to make a grenade type build that you want max grenades all the time. That's definitely a nice one to run right there.
Yeah,
especially because they removed the cooldown on Wellspring.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of grenade builds, I did want to mention they do have a Gnawing Hunger. I don't know if you mentioned this, Native, but it has Zen Moment and Demolitionist. That's not a bad build for an auto rifle, especially this would be a great PvE build. You could use it for PvP too, but for PvE, you're a grenade monster with this thing, especially if you're tied with other perks on your armor builds. But I have one of these personally, and I love Gnawing Hunger. It's a 600 round per minute auto rifle, and it's pretty damn accurate. It's void, yes. So it goes with my Devour and my Void Lock. Yeah. I use it in the day 2 raid for Kingsfall, and it was mowing people down. So, yep. Just want to mention that. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I'm just not really on.
I hear you.
On really like the auto rifles anymore. It's so hard to equip those to make it like the most efficient weapon in that slot. You know,
they're not there yet.
With how strong subs are and pulses, it's just like that in between. It's like it's good, but it's not the best in slot. Yeah,
and in Iron Banner, I was using the Peace of Mind. I have it crafted with enhanced elemental capacitor and heating up. And of course, I'm using a Void Lock, so I've got like super laser stability on this thing. And this thing was just mowing people down. This fast firing pulse rifle. So yeah, pulses are good right now. They really are.
Hey everyone, looking for some like-minded gamers to talk Destiny with?
Or maybe just a place to de-stress and talk with others about life for a bit.
Or maybe just a place to discuss the latest movies, TV shows, and new music out there.
Well, wait. What about channels with New Year's resolutions or other goals? Oh, we also have a fitness section.
Well, you're also forgetting about channels with links to our clan, SpeakPipe, show music playlists, or even where to get a t-shirt, mousepad, coffee mug, condoms.
Man, you're forgetting about the podcast questions channel, where listeners can put in their questions for the show, and we'll play them live.
And our show feedback channel, where listeners can talk about past podcasts, and...
Just stop. Hasn't this shameless plug gone on long enough? Hey everyone, just look for the GDC Discord community link in our weekly show notes, wherever you get your podcast out there, or just visit guardiandowncast.com, where there is an invite link you can use anytime.
And later, Guardian.
Just stop it, man.
What?
Just lay off the caffeine, man.
It's definitely not caffeine. It's sake tonight. I think you had a speak pipe that you wanted to.
Yeah, I did. Werewolf had a question. It's kind of, I thought it might be a good topic of the week since we're kind of like all over the place just because we didn't have a big TWAB tonight. So we're kind of, just talking about a lot of stuff tonight. And, let's just play Werewolf's speak pipe here. See what he has to say.
Hey everybody, Werewolf here again. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. And it's time for Werewolf's Howl, that segment of the show where we talk about the things in Destiny that Werewolf wants to talk about, and we force our podcast hosts and guests to talk about it as well. So what do I want to discuss today? Well, I think that today I want to talk about the crafting system. Now, I'm not sure about you, but when the crafting system first came out in Witch Queen, I played through the Legendary campaign, and I crafted my Enigma and my Osteostrega, but then saw that there were only a few other weapons, and they were all Witch Queen weapons, and so I was a little bit disappointed and didn't pay much attention to it. So I moved on, played through some of the other seasons, but when it got to the Season of the Haunted, with all the opulent weapons, many of them being best in their class or slot, I figured it was time to really get back into it. And so I started grinding out all the opulent weapons. And now I'm at a point where I'm starting to craft a lot more, such as the Peace of Mind and all of the raid weapons. I find the system really good for getting exactly what you want. I like the looter-shooter aspect of grinding for weapons, but sometimes it can be really frustrating, especially when you're getting those weapons that have so many things in a slot that it's really hard to get that roll that you want. But now that crafting is out, you can get right to what you want if you just dedicate and put a little bit of time into it and work your way into getting those weapons leveled up and getting exactly what you want. And I think it's really worth the time, more so than grinding for the weapon and just waiting for the perfect thing to drop. So my question for you guys is how much have you guys engaged in the crafting system? Do you use it a lot? Do you like it? Do you like getting random drops instead, or sometimes would you rather just craft a weapon and get it over with? Like, I think it's really good for the game that you can now focus on getting exactly what you want and not have to worry about waiting for that drop or playing game modes that you don't want to play, so that you can just get that perfect roll on a gun that you really like. I haven't really had any issues with the materials either. They seem to be coming enough to where I've been able to level up completely several different weapons. I think 5 or 6 that I have now that are completely leveled. And so I haven't run out of any of the materials yet, even the ascended parts. So it seems like it's working out pretty well. And I think it's engaging the community. But my question is what do you guys think of it? Do you think that everybody having the perfect roll on an Austringer is like going to hurt something like PvP? Or do you think it's going to, make it so that only people use those perfect weapons that they've crafted, or are they going to use other things? What's your overall take on the crafting system? How much do you like it? How much do you engage with it? Once again, guys, love you guys, love the show, love the community, and as always, stay frosty, Guardians.
Well, thanks, Werewolf. Appreciate that question, man. I figured that'd be a good question to talk about tonight. N8iV, you want to start out? What do you think about the crafting system? Do you use it?
I do. I've crafted a few, but first off, I want to say he's got the perfect radio voice.
He does.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I do. My biggest crafted one was my Callus Mini Tool. I grinded for that one because I wanted it so bad because I could see the build potential in it, and it's still my favorite Titan Solar build is using that one and the synergies you can do with it. But I think crafting is good as long as it's not to where, like what he was saying, to where it takes over everything, So as long as, your time lost or your adept mods still have that pack a punch kind of vibe to them. Mm-hmm. As long as it doesn't completely take over the whole looter shooter aspect, I think it's fine. I have no issues with it, and I do enjoy the crafting and being able to get, as long as it takes time. There's still a grind to it. It's still an MMO. There should always be a grind to it. So yeah, that's what I think.
Mad props for the Pack-a-Punch reference, by the way.
Hey,
That's an old Call of Duty Zombies
Call
term.
of Duty
Yeah,
Zombies.
that was the
I
best.
love that
We
machine.
played that so much in
God, I played so much
Afghanistan.
of
You
that.
have no idea.
Oh, I bet. Okay. I won't go off track. Hazel, what do you think, man?
Nope. Gator, you first. Because I know you've been crafting a ton.
Actually, I went to Dim and I looked up how many. I've got 24 crafted weapons right now. The obviously, if you play the Witch Queen campaign on, I think you have to play it on Legend. You'll get the Osteostriga and what you need to craft it. And my God, the catalyst for that thing is gorgeous. I love that weapon. In PvE, it's hands down my go-to. But I have most of the Cabal season, the Battleground season, where they had the war table. I've got everything just finished crafting all of those weapons, and I have almost all of the weapons crafted in the latest raid, the Valve Disciple raid. I still need to work on my fusion rifle. I still got to get one. I'm going to have to run a raid, so I still have another pattern to get. I have mixed feelings when it comes to crafting because I think it's too expensive right now, but I think down the road, I think they're going to open more and more weapons up to crafting. I think there's a lot of coding involved. I'm sure it's not easy to put this mechanic into a game, especially when there's so many weapons. But I agree with you, Werewolf. I think it's easier just to grind out the weapon, get what you need to do, get your red bar borders or whatever, and craft it the way you want it. I mean, I'm looking at my Thoughtless sniper rifle here. It's got enhanced snapshot and enhanced firmly planted and arrowhead break. I mean, I can design this weapon exactly the way I play in the Crucible. So I agree. Instead of trying to farm or even worse, spend 100 legendary shards to try to focus the weapon, whether it's Iron Banner or any of the other areas, even trials to even focus a weapon there. It's so expensive. And it, like you said, Native, it's Pack-a-Punch. You just don't know what you're going to get, man. So.
Oh, wait a minute, Gator. I got a question.
Yeah.
So you're saying you'd rather spend 2.5 to 3 hours grinding kills for a gun than spend 100 legendary shards?
It's not so much the shards. Like, I don't have any choice. If, like, for instance, if a Trials weapons, if say it's the fusion rifle that they offer now in Trials, I would rather just see what I get in drops from Engrams because Engrams are so much easier to get. But I have no choice. I can't craft that weapon, so I would have to focus it then. But I would not spend the money to focus the weapons that are already craftable. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm thinking about that. Yes, you can focus weapons, like the Beloved, for instance. I crafted that weapon because I love the Beloved sniper rifle. And, I'm just working on getting my level up to 20 so I can unlock everything. That seems to be, it's like 20, level 20 seems to be the sweet spot for most weapons to unlock all the enhanced perks. But you could also focus that Beloved, but I think it's like 50 legendary shards and also that Umbral energy, which that doesn't fall out of trees either. It takes a lot of grinding to do that. So absolutely.
Not really. I mean, not if you're wearing the armor.
Yeah, you get more. That's true. You get more with that armor, but I discarded most of that armor already.
You can get more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can focus Engrams
that's
on
the
it.
thing. I mean, like for me, I mean, I still have a bunch of that armor, and I was like, because luckily, I mean, I got for the war table, I got a bunch of armor for that was like super top tier.
Yeah.
So I've basically just been putting that on. So I'm drowning in
Umbral energy
in that for the one season.
See on
Risen.
The war table. Going to the war table here, I'm looking at this. It didn't give you more energy. It just gave you more of that raw material that everybody always got. It's like candy. I'm trying to think of I swear all the currencies in this game. It can drive you mad. I'm going to my inventory now.
It's Umbral
psychogenic intel.
Yeah, there you go.
Then you had the Vestiges of Dread for the next season. I mean, you got so many of these things. They felt that's what the armor would give you more of. Now, are you saying that I'm looking at all these currencies, the opulent Umbral energy, the opulent and the Leviathan from last season, if you wear that armor, it'll give you more of that, or will it give you more of the Vestiges of Dread? Because I'm always maxed out on those. I don't know. I'm asking
believe
seriously.
For that one, it was the Vestiges of Dread.
Yeah.
But for the Risen one, that one was the Umbral Energy, I believe.
I know
I'm
with
on my Warlock. I
know with the
the
war table, it just gave you the raw material again. It was the
yeah, because I mean, I'm drowning in Umbral Energy for that, so
Really?
I'm like,
okay.
yeah.
So I've got like 7. Because I finished crafting everything. I got my automatic red borders because I unlocked that on the tree for that season. By the way, if you're unlocking the tree for plunder, the first thing you want to try to get to as quick as you can is that guaranteed red border weapon every week. It's so important if you want to craft these weapons. That's my opinion.
I agree.
My opinion.
No, I agree with you. I actually really want to, speaking of that, the Brigand's Law, the full auto pistol.
Yeah.
I got 2 now, and it feels nice, especially in Crucible.
It's nice when it's guaranteed every week, you know? You don't have to go fishing around or farming for an hour and not get anything drop, you know? But the one thing I was going to mention was the damn, I swear my mind sometimes. It goes in one direction and immediately just goes away. The Callus Mini tool you mentioned, I still need to get one more of those patterns. But I need 27 Umbral Energy to get my guaranteed red border, and guess how many I have? 26. So I got to go play a Leviathan public event that I hope someone's there to do it. I'm sure there is. But
let me know. We can knock it out together.
Thanks, man.
We can two-man that. It's too easy.
I want that Callus Mini tool as well. That was the Beloved was going to be my first weapon, and then Callus Mini tool is next. And I haven't even I think I've done one pattern for Drang, and I want that too. So I'm always thinking PvP when it comes to weapons, but obviously you can use a lot of these in PvE as well. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Werewolf. It's worth it to just craft it and be done with it, and then put it in your vault. You don't have to have copies of it because you can go add anything you want to it if you've unlocked everything on it. I still think it's going to help with the vault space. It's not going to fix the problem. But let's just say, for instance here, while we're talking this, the the new SMG that's fallen out of the sky, out of bounds from the Crucible. I mean, you get one every other game. If that was craftable, I would be getting rid of 12 of those weapons. That's 12 slots in my vault that I've just freed up because I can craft it. But the fact that I can't craft it, I have to hold a bunch of them and see which one is going to work best for me. It's just me.
That's understandable.
Opinions vary.
Like when it comes to like vault space and like new weapons, like just like you're saying with this out of bounds, I always sit there and I look for a good PvE roll and a good PvP roll, and that's what I keep in my vault. And then if I get something better, I delete that one, replace it for vault space. Yeah,
I got you. Sometimes it splits hairs, and I'm like, well, wait a minute now.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I understand that.
Is Outlaw best? I mean, is Kill Clip best on this, or should I use should use Pulse Monitor? You know, because if for PvE. You just have to test it out and see, but it's Destiny, man. It's all about the weapons. Tons of loot. Anything else you want to add, Hazel?
Well, my opinion.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, asshat. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think crafting is just whack. I mean, I just don't understand taking the time to grind for it and that when, I mean, more than likely you're going to go ahead and get, I mean, the same thing that you want if you just play the game. And then you don't have, I mean, I get it that you can go ahead and you can have these other roles when they buff them and things like that. But here's the thing though, is that if Bungie, okay, so let's say that Gator, you don't get your Callus Mini tool done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a day before Lightfall, and you're like freaking out and you're cursing Bungie's name and everything else.
Okay.
And that season, they bring out they buff Incandescent, so it does like 4,000% more damage. And you're going to be like, oh man, this is so terrible. I didn't get this. Bungie is awful. Everything like that. But you know what they're going to do though? They're going to put out another weapon with Incandescent, and it's going to be awesome. And you're not going to worry about it. unless you are the type to worry about it, in which case then you need other things in your life to worry about. But I mean, it's just, to me, I mean, crafting just doesn't, I mean, I get it. And I was just like you guys at first when it came out. I was like, oh, I want to craft everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why do I want to craft like this? I forget what it was. It was a sidearm. I was like, why do I want to craft a sidearm? I'm like, I don't even like sidearms, and I especially don't like this version of a sidearm. And then it was like, okay, so I'm not going to craft that. And then I started like being selective about what I crafted. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to craft the Scout. And in the process of like killing stuff and running around doing the public event for the Scout, I got a pretty damn good roll on a Scout. So I'm like, okay, well, do I really need to craft this anymore? It's like, no, I don't. And I'm just like, I'm willing to spend the time and just get the drops because it's easier to do that. And I mean, they're going to release something else that's going to be just as good later anyway.
It's not guaranteed, but it's possible, yes.
What are you talking about, man? They are not going to punish people because that's FOMO. They don't want that. They don't want some weapon from the past, like the Callus Mini tool, to be the king of next season or next year. I mean, they don't want that. That's not good for the game because that means that they're punishing people who joined in Lightfall.
Well, that's what we just talked about Xur. That's one of the good things about Xur and also, Banshee. I forgot.
That means, but that means that you have to wait for that.
It's RNG, just like these weapon drops.
So, no. Man, I'm talking about saying that this is going to be like the best weapon in the game. And you have to wait for Xur to get it? You can't get it from the world drop?
If it's from past seasons, you're talking about they're going to have something better from the last season. People don't want to get the old weapons. I'm letting you speak your piece, man. I'm not trying to interrupt.
Right. But you are interrupting. But what I'm saying though is that they aren't going to make the Callus Mini tool something cracked next year without releasing something that's going to be new so people can get it and it'll be just as cracked, basically.
Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from.
I see where he's coming from, but I
can agree. I can see how, we already kind of see it right now with Out of Bounds. Like Callus Mini tool, Out of Bounds. Out of Bounds is not a craftable weapon. Callus Mini tool is, yes, it's ridiculously good in PvE content, not as much in PvP, depending on how you build it, Mm-hmm. But, I can see like what you're going with as far as the crafting things and how they're always gonna release something new, something hot, something that's gonna replace the old kind of to a certain extent. You still see like in the Crucible, like main ingredient and mm-hmm. certain things like that. Mm-hmm. There will always be that love for some of those old OP roll guns. Like I still pull out my Might of Mini tool because that was my baby, back in the day in trials. And I know I'm getting outshot by Jade Rabbit now, but I totally see where you're coming from with that. And I think that they will, like you're saying, have new drops, new craftable weapons that are gonna, not necessarily replace it, but be just as good or just as viable.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can agree with you to a point, but there's only one problem, Hazel, with your argument.
Sure.
The perk pools on the weapons today are so large that the odds of you getting the exact roll or setup that you want. I'm looking at the yesteryear. This is a pulse rifle that's offered in Gambit now, and God help me, I'm gonna have to go play a ton of Gambit to get this damn weapon. The recoil is horrendous. It's 50. It's horrendous. But if you get the right rolls with it, it can really be a really good weapon. But it has on the 3rd and 4th tier perks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 different rolls, where most weapons have half that. There's 14 14 combinations in 2 rows. And then, of course, you're hoping you get, like Arrowhead Break, obviously, for this weapon, because you want the recoil to be better in your recoil direction. And, maybe high caliber rounds or ricochet rounds to help. But those next 2 rows, that's what gives me pause. But the fact I can't craft this weapon, I have no choice. But if this was a craftable weapon, absolutely I'd be crafting this weapon, because when you have 14 possible perks in the 3rd and 4th row, which, let's face it, like Incandescent, Focus Fury, or whatever. These are the ones that, not on this pulse, but I'm talking about those are the perks that you're really looking for when it comes to your, I don't want to say God roll because Rodimus hates that word, but just your build that you love about that gun. Whatever.
Well, it's your possible. It's your God roll, not everyone else's. God
when you
roll.
get
it's what you look for,
as Bungie starts adding more and more of these different weapon perks and different traits on these guns, it's just going to be harder and harder and harder unless the drop rates are increased to help offset it. It's going to be crazy hard to get that roll that you want, and that's where crafting solves that problem. Instead of playing 5 resets a gambit to get that perfect roll, if I get 5 border weapons of this weapon and just go to the throne world and just get it crafted to what I want, that's so much easier though, isn't it?
No, not to me. My time is worth more than that.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to save you a ton of time versus playing 5 resets a gambit.
No.
You're saying the RNG factor is not going to take as long? You may get lucky. Granted, you may get lucky and have it one drop.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Okay. Now, it might just be me, but I think that there are fewer people that can tell a difference between the first 2 columns of perks, barring like tac mag or something like, or extended round or extended mag, something like that. And like polygonal rifling, small bore. I think there's a smaller percentage of people that can tell a difference between those 2 columns of perks.
It's noticeable.
And
I mean,
I'm not talking about PvP, man. I'm not talking about PvP.
I'm talking about accuracy of this. When you're getting a plus 30 recoil direction with arrowhead break versus...
Gator, let me finish.
All right.
I think that there's fewer people out there that can tell a difference between those first 2 perks and can differentiate between them in PvP content than there are people who can tell the difference between the last 2 columns. Mm-hmm. I think the last 2 columns are what everybody really looks at.
Like perpetual motion or...
Yeah,
Rampage.
Exactly. The ones that actually matter. Exactly, yeah.
See, that's my point though. There's 14
those
different
others
ones
are just nice to haves.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. Let's just forget about the barrel perks and the mag perks. Looking at the those last tier perks which make or break a weapon. I mean, subsistence versus not subsistence, things like that make a big difference. When you have 14 combinations or possible rolls, and you have 2 columns of 14 different rolls, man, I don't know. You may never get the gun you want. Never.
But if you're only paying attention to the last 2 columns, then you really don't have, that much to worry about.
Native, where do you stand on this, man? I'm curious.
Yeah, the one thing I think we're forgetting about is the enhanced versions of those perks, because some of those do like incredibly more damage or whatever the perk is. Yeah. So I think the enhanced itself alone is worth the crafting for certain weapons, certain perks. Like I said, like going back to the Callus Mini Tool, that incandescent, enhanced incandescent is so much more of a broader range. Yeah. So I think it's dependent on the weapon and the perk that you're going for, whether it's worth crafting for or just, waiting for it to happen RNG.
The enhanced perks are almost exotic level perks. They really do add a lot to the gun.
No.
Depending,
there's
some of the perks,
but not all of them.
Some of the perks actually add another perk if you get an enhanced.
What?
Yeah, they
don't.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
man.
They only add on things like stability. They add on, a majority of them only add on like stability, maybe reload, I believe. Things like that. They went through and tested them.
Be honest, some of them are really weak and not even worth the time.
Some of them, you're right.
Exactly. Some of them are just kind of cracked, though.
You are. Some of them, you're right. But okay, let's look at. I'm looking at Duma Chelchis here. This is the scout rifle you can get currently, and you can craft this. I'm almost there. Mm-hmm. Like explosive payload, the projectiles create an area of effect detonation, right? And it splits 50% of the damage into explosive and 30% into increased damage with no fall off. In PvE, it also adds varied precision damage increase and 15% to non-precision damage. And in PvP, the total damage remains almost the same. So it's adding an additional perk to explosive rounds.
That's not just Doom of Chelchis, though. That's for
it's for anything
with explosive payload.
That has enhanced explosive payload. So if you look at regular explosive payload, it is
it does the same, but it's not as high.
Now some of them will last longer, like Frenzy. It has an extended time. It goes from
but that's not a different perk.
No.
Man.
I'm getting to that.
I'm saying that like you gotta pick your argument here, man. You said a different perk.
Yeah,
so you can get two perks on one.
I'm just looking for it. As I added one to some of them are definitely enhanced. I mean, obviously enhanced, but some of them actually add a different perk. I just found this out on one of the weapons I was crafting. Yeah, they do. I'm just trying to find it. Hold on a sec.
I
want to find out what that is because I never heard of that either.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had my game on right now. I wish I had my game on right now. I can just read it for you because I was like, oh, it adds this perk to it. Okay.
It doesn't add a perk, man.
It does. It adds a trait to the enhanced form of it.
Do you know which one it was by chance? I can try to look it up myself.
Are you talking about like
can you see let me just
Thoughtless maybe?
No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pull up my sniper rifle and gunsmith here. It's called I got windows everywhere, man. Let me just pull it up. It's I'm okay, we're looking at the Thoughtless sniper rifle that I have crafted, and I'm going to gunsmith. If you look at
So help me God, if you cut this from the episode.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna cut the freaking chasm of distance looking up stuff. The problem is it has enhanced activated right now. I'm trying to look at the regular versus enhanced. It only has enhanced listed right now. So on my Thoughtless, okay, let's go with Damn, I just want to pull my game up right now. Because I saw this on one of my weapons. I was like, oh, it adds an additional.
Can you pull it up on DIM? And then if you click the thing, it'll tell you the community insight with the enhanced version?
The DIM community insight. Let me look for this.
Once you click the weapon,
okay. Here we go.
And then it'll bring up the community insight.
I wish it was the Father of Sins. No, I haven't crafted that yet. I haven't gotten the enhanced perk on it yet. Damn it. I know I just saw this. Okay, here's one. Golden Tricorn Enhanced. I'm pulling up my my auto rifle. I just crafted my my Come to Pass. It's the slower firing, the 360 high impact.
I see the enhanced Golden Tricorn, but it says the base damage buff duration is increased to 8 seconds.
Okay, for enhanced, there's enhanced benefits for Golden Tricorn. The regular Golden Tricorn, final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage, right? While the buff is active, grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increases damage and duration. Enhanced benefits, final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage and improved duration. While this buff is active, grenade or melee final blows of the same damage type greatly increases damage and improved duration. Kills that refresh the buff duration extend the timer by 8 seconds. That is not offered in the normal version.
Or Golden Tricorn?
Yes. Also, melee kills raise this to 50%. Can be refreshed by getting another matching ability kill as well. Versus the normal activity. Versus the normal Golden Tricorn. There's extra stuff, other benefits to the enhanced perks. Because it says final blows this weapon grant bonus damage, right? Okay. When the buff is active, you get more grenade and when the buff is active, grenade and melee kills of the same damage type greatly increases damage and duration. But also, it can also be refreshed by getting another matching ability kill as well.
Yeah, I see that on the regular one when it comes to the community insight. It doesn't say it on the regular read itself because you know how they're very
I'm reading it on Gunsmith.
Some things.
I'm reading it on Gunsmith right now.
And the only thing I see for Golden Tricorn, because that's one of my favorites for when it comes to PvE. That's what I actually ran in my last build for Out of Bounds.
Yep, that's why I use it on my Come to Pass.
And it does it for the regular one as well. Like it will refresh, getting a matching ability kill. The only thing for enhance is just it increases that timer, that buff duration.
Oh man, I can't find the perk I was looking at the other night though.
Yeah, if you do find it, man,
I
let
will.
me know, 'cause
I will.
would
I will
love
tell
to know
you.
what that
I will
is.
tell you because it offered an additional perk, and I was like, wait a minute. I'll find
that's
it.
interesting.
I'll find it. I just don't have it in front of me. I didn't know we were going to talk about this tonight. Otherwise, I would have had it more prepared. But
It's all good. But there are some buffs to get back to the conversation. There are some enhanced traits or enhanced perks that are just really, really good, and some that are just like meh.
some of them are some of them, just extend the duration. Big deal.
Yeah.
You get
Like
5 more. You get 5 more seconds. Okay.
To go back to my Callus Mini tool that I've been talking about, the
Right.
one that I crafted, I got incandescent and grave robber because
Right.
I'm running that with my solar hammer build. So I throw a hammer, it reloads my stuff.
Right.
So with incandescent, it being enhanced, it's going to increase the scorch stacks on the PvE content from 40 to 85. That's
Right.
huge,
Right.
with Ember Ashes equipped, Ember of Ashes equipped. And then, my enhanced grave robber really doesn't do much, I like it for its base perk, but the enhanced version
Right.
just passively adds, 5 reload speed. That's really not anything, cause you get that in the regular one as well. So it's like hit or miss depending on which ones you want to craft and get that enhanced trait weapon
Right.
perk.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would suggest everybody just do your research, get on Dim and check it out. What does it do if you enhance it? Is it worth it?
Yeah. I can't find it. I swear I saw it. I was reading it the other time, and I actually put this perk on because it offered a totally different perk. I'll find it. I'll post it. I'll post it in our chat, and then we can.
All right.
I mean, the bottom line is the enhanced perks are so much better. For the most part. For the most part.
No, they aren't, Gator. They're just not.
Do you agree with that, Native? They're not better?
Like I said, some are just nothing. Some of them, like, why do you call it enhanced? It's not really
Hazel
doing much
likes
more for the weapon.
absolutes, so they either don't or they don't.
No,
They
I'm
either do it or
not.
they
I don't
don't.
like absolutes. I'm just simply saying that for a majority of these, they aren't as good as
I disagree.
they.
I think some of them suck.
Well, that's fine. You can disagree.
Some of them
till you
suck.
want. I'm going to disagree as well because I don't think +5 to reload or +5 stability on certain things.
it's damage,
or +5
too.
velocity.
How about 15% increased damage for 7 seconds? How about 50% damage increased to 50% for 10 seconds?
Gator, I'm saying that not all of them get that though. There are some that basically are just kind of useless.
Yeah.
And
some of them, I agree. Some of them I won't even use because I'll look at the perk when I'm crafting a weapon.
wow, what a thought, Gator.
And
Wow,
I'll go,
it's like I
well,
just said
that doesn't fit my playstyle, one, and it doesn't add anything. But,
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is that, I mean, a lot of them are that way. There are
I don't know,
just
man.
a few that are actually worth it. I mean, extended kill clip, or enhanced as in extended duration,
All right.
things like that.
I'm looking at, enhanced firmly planted,
Gator-
which I have. You get 30 handling, 20 stability. I don't know. I love that. I love firmly planted, and Crucible. It's just a bomb. It's such a strong perk.
But see, I mean, again, a lot of it is personal choice, and that's what it comes down to. Again, it's to use Rodimus's favorite word is that it's your personal God roll. Because my God roll is going to be different than everybody else's. Because it's how I play.
I don't know. It depends if we're talking Crucible or PvE. PvE doesn't matter as much because you have a lot of leeway and you have a lot of room for error when you're playing PvE. But in PvE, everything matters. I mean, if I'm
PvP matters.
If I'm getting 15% more damage on you than me, and all things being equal, that we both have the same gun skill, I'm going to win that battle every time. That's an absolute,
right?
So the enhanced perk are helping me there.
But Gator, you said it yourself. You're barely in PvP lately.
Well, that's you're changing the subject. The fact of the matter is,
no, I'm just saying
is that PvP. These enhanced perks are almost god tier in some weapons. It really is.
Well, wow, it's like I said that.
You said enhanced perks are god tier in PvP. Did you hear him say that,
No,
Native?
I said that in certain guns, the enhanced perks are great.
You said
for a
no. You said
aren't.
that for a majority of the enhanced perks, they're garbage. That's what I heard.
Yes.
That's untrue.
Yes.
There are a few enhanced perks that are garbage, but a majority of them give you so much more benefit that's worth crafting them.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Native has his opinion. You have your opinion. But I think it's worth it. The enhanced perks are worth it. You just have to get to level 20 on most of your guns to unlock them. Most of them.
Yep.
And I feel like a mediator.
Waste of time.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like a mediator in here.
Dude, I'm sorry. This happens.
Awesome.
Minor dealt with this last week, so.
I like it.
I feel bad you're in the middle of it, but I mean, we really try to grind out the conversation, so.
No, it's a good conversation, and I think it's great. I think it's great for people to know. Like, look, it says enhanced. It doesn't mean necessarily it's enhanced.
True.
So before you sit there and waste your materials and craft this weapon and waste your time, do your research, check it out, and make sure that's something that you want that also fits your play style.
Absolutely.
Simple enough.
That's why you're crafting a weapon. You're crafting something that fits you like a glove. So when you go in Crucible, you know if you go firmly planted, you're going to get so much better and a stronger effect from it. So that's the reason I use it on my sniper rifles.
Yeah, agreed. Well, speaking, let me do one more follow-up question before you guys move on to the next subject.
Sure,
of course.
What is the next weapon you want to craft?
Oh, good question. I think for me, it's got probably be Doom Chelchis. I want to get that enhanced dragonfly. What was it? I think it was. Damn it! I just saw it on YouTube the other day. Someone was talking about the double enhanced perks on it. It just creates explosions everywhere. I want to say it was. I know dragonfly was one of them, but the other one was something. It was something else. I can't remember.
Firefly, dragonfly,
and dragonfly. That's right. That's what I want. That's what I'm crafting next.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got that dropped in, I think, the second Kingsfall run. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You got a natural drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It happened my first raid, too.
What?
I think Hawks got it. Go Hawks.
I got Dragonfly and Rangefinder, but no, not the two together. Oh, man. Yeah, that's my next weapon. What are you going to craft, Native?
Defiance at Yasmin, 100%.
Yes, that would be number 2.
That is mine. And that's going to be for both PvE and PvP. I'm going to craft one of each. Absolutely. Because I believe you can roll snapshot opening shot, which is going to be ridiculous in trials. I can't wait to roll that. And then, Vorpal, it gets Vorpal. Like I got one right now that's got Vorpal on it I use for the sisters in Nightfall. Mm-hmm. And I love it. And it's so snappy and so quick. I feel like it's got ridiculous amount of like aim assist and everything. It's nice.
I used it the other night. I just played with just a regular garbage roll one and I was having so much fun with it. It's very smooth.
Yeah, and it looks nice. It looks cool.
The optic is very clean too. I love optics.
The shaders go really nice on it as well.
It's moving. It's a moving shader. So it's like so cool. Yeah. Or it's a moving, the gun has moving patterns on it. What about you? Never mind. Hazel's not crafting anything. All right.
What are you talking about? I just crafted a weapon, actually.
Just giving you shit, man. What are you crafting?
I know. Well, I just crafted a weapon, actually. The mini tool.
Yeah. I want to do that. I need to get one more Umbral energy.
I got it. And I was like, I want to try this because I know that soccer loves it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to try this out and just find out, if it's worth it.
Now, what'd you get? The incandescent? Enhanced incandescent?
No. Well, no, I just crafted it. So I'm only like level 4 on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and I'm not going to go back in and do the damn shit to try to get it. So it's like, no, for that, I'll go ahead and I'll try it and things like that and grind for it. But I was like, I want to try this and see if it's good. And it's one of those things for me, like with that, SMG, it fit me like a glove. I just love how it feels.
It's smooth.
When it fires and everything. And I'm just like, okay, this is mine. I'm going to craft this one. But I don't care about any of the other stuff though. The only other thing I might craft is the Midas Reckoning.
Okay. What was your crafted roll on your Mida? Your Mida Mini, Callus Mini, Native?
This was my PvE one, and it's enhanced incandescent, enhanced grave robber because
you like the punch.
For my hammer solar build.
Yeah,
you're proccing radiant all the time, so it's even doing more damage. Jeez. And then I got steady rounds and polygonal, so my stability's like at 84.
Crazy, man. That's crazy.
Because I also did the master work in stability as well, so it's pretty much a laser, and
it's easy mode.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Give me the easy mode. Oh yeah.
Yep. It's got an 80 recoil direction, so it's really pretty linear with the recoil. Nice. And I even threw my Trials Memento on it because I wanted to just be like, that much flossy.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, and it's almost like future-proof.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The crafted weapons are. Even if they...
No, they aren't.
Oh, my God.
I'm talking about his is future-proof because, because it's got incandescent and enhanced incandescent too.
Yes.
So it's basically, right there is...
But see, let's just
for
say...
that build anyway.
Let's just say next season, Bungie says, all right, 900 SMGs, we're going to lessen the damage. It's not going to matter when you have enhanced incandescent. You're still going to do crazy damage. So,
and you can't forget about the origin trait on it, the 2XS that gives you more strength and discipline while your super's full.
Right.
So, you're throwing nades, you're meleeing, you're shooting with that thing. You're not reloading because you're going to throw the hammer and kill somebody. So it's constantly full of ammo. It's a supreme weapon, to be honest. Mine's at a level, weapon level 124 right now.
Oh my
it's
God.
Ridiculous how much I've used this
kills,
thing.
Man.
Yeah, over 10K kills.
Oh my God. Well, get to work, Hazel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I am actually right now. But the other thing I wanted to say is that I can't wait for people that love crafting and everything else for Bungie to bring out the same weapon. I don't know, a Peace of Mind next year, and it's going to have new perks and a new origin trait and things like this, and people are going to be losing their mind that they're going to have to regrind for this.
It should be available if it's you go to the crafting table. You just have to unlock it, probably.
Nope. You're going to have to regrind. That's what Bungie said.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I guess I'll be regrinding because I love crafted weapons. I've been asking for this for a long time. Let me have a weapon that I use a lot, that I get stuff unlocked on it as I use it more. Yeah.
Now, I will say though, what would turn my opinion on crafting would be that if I bought the perk, let me keep the fucking thing.
Yes, I agree. It's expensive to swap them out. It is. Especially the enhanced. Those damn Ascendant, what are they? Alloy, thank you. The Ascendant alloys, man, those don't fall off trees. You got to really do some high-end content to get those. Or pay 400 legendary shards every week for one.
Yeah, and you've been paying that, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Because I farmed a ton of legendary shards, so I'm having excess now.
You are a dunce.
Dude, there's no GMs to play right now to get that.
You don't get those from GMs anyway.
Or was it at Master Wellspring? Is that where you get them?
Yeah, you can get them from Master Wellspring. You can also get them from the season. The mission.
But you need 2 of those for every enhanced weapon, crafted weapon. And if you swap them out, you got to use another one. So you got to stock them up.
It's just dumbass. It's a dumbass kind of thing that Bungie needs to change.
I agree with that.
It doesn't make any sense.
I agree, but I have excess legendary shards now. So when I start getting down to 2,000 or 3,000 again, then I won't be able to buy them anymore. But for now, I'm high on the hog. So,
oh my God, man, dude, just do the content, man. Save your shards.
It's only an uncommon in the Master Catch Crash.
Oh, that's right. I did get one the other day.
I've yet to do a Master.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Listen to me.
I want to hear it.
Listen to me, people. People, listen to me. Save your shards. Okay.
Yeah. Give them all to me.
Just play the content. Just go to Savathun's Throne World. Play the replayable mission on Legend or whatever it is, the weekly mission. Get 100,000 and just
get 100,000.
Get another one there.
Just get 100,000. You better have some players with you, dude. By the way,
dude, I did an not even LFG. I did the regular one, and I got 100,000.
You talking about Wellspring?
No, I'm talking about the weekly mission.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just doing the weekly mission on Heroic. Yeah. Okay. On Heroic, because the other one is Fire Team. You have to go when matchmaking is off. So yeah, the 1540, I got 100,000 just doing that with 2 randoms.
Oh, there you go. There's one source of one.
That's the way to go. I'm about to check that out. I'm still learning the PvE stuff, man. Like you're gonna school me into a lot of this, and I'm looking at it right now. It says rare for Ascended alloys as well.
He's Captain N content.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we need to rename him in the Discord. Captain Endgame.
5%er. One of the 5%ers.
There you go.
But that's the thing though, is you just play the content. You don't have to worry about, spending 400 legendary shards on stuff that you could spend that better on something else.
Well, I do love that they put in Catch Crash now, because I did get one the other day. I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I like that. So you can farm them there. It's an easier area for more beginning players to jump into regular content and get some drops there. So that's a good thing. I'm curious how that drop rate is though, over if you farm like 20 of them. I'm curious what your drop rate is.
Just do it. Just grind it.
Yeah, Dad with 2 kids and 2 hours a week to play. Just do it. Just grind it.
You're not a dad with 2 kids working 40 hours a week.
Don't include me in this conversation.
But you're
I'm the outlier
one that I'm talking to.
I'm the outlier.
You're the one I'm talking to.
No, you're not. You're talking to the other listeners out there. All right. I think we beat this dead. This horse is like pulverized right now. So, all right. Thank you, Wilf, for bringing that question to us. Creates a really good conversation. That's for sure. Someone asked me, I was talking to somebody. I said, Hazel always has to take the opposite end of the discussion every time I bring something up. And they, well, you know what? That's what I love. So I'm like, all right, so be it.
But it's not that I take the opposite side of what you say.
I'm just wrong, right?
Like,
is that what it is?
You just play differently than I do. Me, I'm the type of person that I'm willing to work for the stuff that I want.
And I want to play what I want and not have to play a certain activity. Just let it drop in game, period.
Exactly. And
but it doesn't.
I'm appalled by that mentality. That's my thing. And for me, I'm like, why casualize something when they give it to you? You just have to do. All right.
I'm not going down that Bungie told me to do it this way path. I'm not taking the bait on that. We got to move on because we got a ton of questions coming our way.
So I kind of, last comment real quick. I kind of agree with Hazel on this because it is at the end of the day an MMO. At the end of the day, MMO is meant to grind. You have to grind for what you want, you have to earn your keep.
I see that point of view.
It feels more satisfying.
With that point of view, though.
It feels more satisfying getting it, to be honest.
But
in my opinion,
how many of those do you get playing Crucible?
Not much, and that's why I've been starting to turn to. And that's what makes this game fun. They have a beautiful business here that makes you get into the PvE content in order to be competitive in the Crucible content. Unless you grind some awesome trials weapons or something like that, yeah, you can be competitive, but there'll always be that you're just that much under those that complete more of the game.
Well, I will give you this. One thing I love about Destiny is the fact that I can get a gun in PvE, put it on, and go into Crucible and see how it kills people with it. So I love that. That's probably my most favorite thing about Destiny. And when they start separating it out where we have fixed loadouts in PvP, that's when the Crucible will die a little bit in my heart. So let's hope it doesn't come to that. Anyway, we got questions.
Do not cut any of that.
I'm not. We got questions.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good conversation, guys. Thanks for hanging in there, Native.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told you you're in for a rough ride tonight, man.
Hey, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. That's cool.
One thing though, I just want to say one thing before we part here. Bungie, where's my touch? Hey, Guardians. Would you like to send a question for the show to us? There are 4 easy ways to do it.
First, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, and you can just lurk or hang out and jump right in and talk to us, whatever you'd like to do. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. Or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast, all one word, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thanks to all of you out there who do listen to our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man, that's my line.
What?
Yeah.
Says who?
It's in
Prove
the script. It's my line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment of our show where we talk to our community. This means we answer questions from our voicemail system, our SpeakPipe messages system. And this, you can go, by the way, and leave us a message at speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast. And we also have from our podcast questions channel in our Discord. So if you ever want to jump in our Discord and leave us a question, that's where you need to put them. Let me start with Mr. Lazarus has something to say tonight. Let's start out with Laz. Why not? Here we go.
So you thought the law firm was gone. Well, it's not gone. I just kept forgetting to send these in every week because I have a life. Agnes, put the cucumber down. Put it down. That's dangerous. You know you're not supposed to deal with phallic objects. I'm working on more litigation. You are not to know what it is at this time. The Chaos people are aware of what's going on, and that's all you need to know. All right, peace out.
Thank you, Laz. I think. I know, man. It's never going to end, is it?
Can we bribe him?
I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll talk to you after the show. We got some Patreon money now, so maybe.
Yeah, let's just give him like, I don't know, $5. Maybe he'll go away, chase an ambulance or something.
No, after the show, man. After the show. All right.
Oh, shit.
All right, Hazel. What do we got in the Discord, man? Let's start out with some questions.
All right. From Channel Fan Prime, question for Native. Who is your all-time favorite villain?
That's a tough one. I was actually thinking about that when I saw that in the Discord. I don't know. I always lean back to Sephiroth from Final Fantasy, so I think I have to go with him.
That used to be Rodimus' name in Discord.
There's nothing cooler than the silver hair and then like his just story and stuff like that. I have to go with him.
Right.
Yeah, it was absolutely despicable.
Iconic for sure.
Very, very. He took my innocence as well.
Is this a new
He
rock
played
band
the
or
game, you
something?
knew.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. I know it's from Final Fantasy.
All
Chill
right,
out.
moving on.
I have actually a question from Hawkslayer for Native. A speak pipe. All right, here we go.
What's up, my glub globs? It's Oxlayer here. I got a question for Native. What's your favorite gaming snack? I know you had to have something that whenever you start gaming, you got to have that in front of you. Are there any guilty pleasures that we need to know about? Love the show. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Hawkslayer. All right, Native.
That's a good question. I really don't eat when I'm playing because I don't like to get my controller, messy. I guess you can count the ice in my whiskey as a snack. I kind of eat that sometimes, but I mean, I really don't eat. Sometimes the wife will sit there and bring me little snacks here and there. Especially if she sees me getting a little bit too tipsy, she'll bring me some crackers or something. So I really don't. I don't snack when I game.
Cool. All right. Let's go one more question here. This is from RushJet.
Hello from the deep reaches of space. It's your local fashionista here, RushJet, calling in while I'm setting up a stream. I haven't hit up the speak pipe in a while, so I decided to give you guys a call. And I just want to know, what are you guys going to be for Halloween? Not out of game. In Destiny. What are you going to be for Halloween? Start thinking about it. Spooky season, boys. Take it easy. Love you guys.
Oh, man. Rush is going to be all over Halloween event. I know it.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Oh, man. I don't know. I got to think about this. What do you think, Native? What are you going to be, man?
I have no idea.
Are you going to, do you know about the mask?
No.
Yeah.
I've never been to one of the Halloween events
Oh, it's
in
fun.
this game.
It's fun. You'll get all these, you'll be able to do little piddly stuff in the game and get these Halloween masks that you can put on. It's like an ornament over your helmet.
Okay.
And, you could be like Eris. You can be like characters in the game. You can even be inanimate objects like, I don't know. What are they? What's out there, Hazel? I'm trying to remember the ornaments for, the Halloween mask.
A glitter ball, a bubbling
be a
mask,
disco ball. Yeah.
a jack-o'-lantern.
Do they have Mara? LB Mara?
Yeah. I think Mara's out there. I think so.
I'm awoken. I'm proud of the awoken Titan, so I'll be Mara.
I know Crow's out there.
Aldrin. Not Crow.
Okay.
Aldrin.
Whatever.
Agreed.
Aldrin. Okay.
Oh, agreed? Agreed what?
Agreed. I saw the lore and everything like that. Dude, I can't stand that fool.
But what about Crow, though?
Yeah. What do you think about Crow?
The same person.
Yes.
No.
See? Moving on.
The same person.
Moving on.
Nope.
You can't just change your name and ask for forgiveness. The hell?
No, but he died, though. Aldrin died.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, nah, it's the same dude.
There we go. He said it. All right. What do you got? What do we got in the Discord, Hazel?
Well, what are you going to be?
Oh, man. I usually like being Zur. I like the Zur mask. You know, with the tentacles coming out. That's usually what I put on. I like that mask. And I'll probably have like the Skelligal shader is probably the blackest shader I use. And it looks good on any armor I put on. So I'll probably go with the Skelligal shader. What about you?
I was thinking the Honk Moon mask.
There's a Honk Moon?
Which is basically a duck with like a horn for a mask.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I might just rock a robot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because that's what we picked was the robot.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about those new ornaments coming. That's right.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait to check this out.
Oh, you'll like the Halloween
time.
event. Halloween events are fun, man. And you get candy. It's like all about candy, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know. My son told me about some of the weapons that are pretty nice in there
Hazel
too.
still uses what's that auto rifle called, Hazel, that you got from the Halloween event years ago?
With the werewolf?
No, the not the Braytech one, the other one. It's I think it's another 400 auto rifle. It was a Suros, I think.
Oh no, it's the.
You have the most kills on it. I think you said.
No, that was the origin story.
Yeah, that's the one. Origin story.
But that's the frame. That's not the name of it. I think I actually deleted it.
Oh boy.
But it's an auto rifle for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I deleted it.
Oh well, you'll get another one probably.
Yeah, I guarantee I will. Yeah.
Yeah, they put some of the older weapons sometimes. It depends. It's different every year. So hopefully you'll get some of the old weapons too. They're native, not just.
I'm sure.
I think it was a Braytech werewolf that my son was telling me about.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to go for.
Yeah, that was the one they re-released.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't take shaders very well because it's
a big bulky gun.
It's a bulky gun. Plus, it has like a ghostly shine to it. It just doesn't take shaders well. At least it doesn't when I tried.
They should do one to Sweet Business for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
just something to make Sweet Business look crazy,
like a new ornament for it. Yeah, they'll do something. They'll tell us when it gets closer. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I always look forward to it though. It's one of my favorite events. All right, Hazel. What else we got in the Discord?
All right.
I want to make sure we get a
question from Commando.
Okay.
Question for this show. Do your Guardians have names and backstories too? And also, don't judge me.
Names and backstories? Well, Native, I'll let you answer first, man.
No, nothing for me. Just the Awoken, so I'll kind of roleplay with it and be like, Awoken's the best class or species, I guess. No story or nothing like that though.
On my on a couple of my warlocks, even on my alt accounts, I always pick the human with the white hair, but has a military buzz cut. It's like his backstory is he's an old military vet that's come back to save the planet. So
Times 8 for each of your alts, you mean?
yeah, something like that. That's when it comes to mind. Don't judge me. All right, Hazel, what's your backstories?
Yeah. Well, mine is that, at least for my Titan, my Solar Titan, is that he's trying to uncover his past.
Really?
And he gets pissed off, and that's when he decides to go ham and just throw hammers everywhere and light the world on fire.
Let the world burn.
I like it. It would be cool to see something like that. Do you guys remember the Red versus Blue Halo show that they had going for a while? Now let's do that with Destiny, and we could definitely do a backstory and that would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
They've talked about it before, but they've just never done it yet. Even like Light and Dark Guardians. Even they talked about maybe the different factions, like Future War Cult against Dead Orbit or something. I thought they missed an opportunity there, I think. But anyway.
Well, hopefully, I mean, with the possible series coming out, right?
Yeah.
Or films, so they can totally dive into. That's what I love about Destiny. To be honest, it's so expansive.
Yeah.
With the story and the lore and the people and everything, but it's all still kind of understandable because it's our solar system in real life.
Yeah, because it kind of has a little bit of realism. Even the guns have a little bit of realism to them. I mean, the guns are real enough where you could say, yeah, I could see this being a gun. Now, the new blunderbusses that are coming from the new plunder, it's hard for me to visualize those. I'm more of a military type. I like the nice, clean look of a weapon, but...
But weren't you around when pirates were out there and stuff?
Pirates? No. I used to go to the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney. Does that count? Smart ass.
Anyway, moving on. Okay. Question for the show. Let's see if you can guess who asked this. Dudes, what's your take on candy corn? I love it. If you haven't tried it in a long time, you should. You might be surprised.
No, I don't like sweets in general. I don't do desserts, sugars, and candy really. I just don't like it. I'll do some Mexican candies, this spicy, salty type vibe. But I'm cool. Especially candy corn. That's like straight sugar.
It is. Believe me. I sent a picture and I got a bag of Automix I picked up from Publix. I'm like, honey, it's only once a year.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, I have a problem. I've always loved candy ever since I was a kid. I'm the opposite of you. My parents loved sweets and I got tons of them. Now I'm fighting to keep the pounds off.
I love candy corn. Candy corn's the best.
Do you like the chocolate bottoms?
I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, it all tastes the same, right?
I got you.
At least
I don't like it as much, but I'll still eat it. Okay.
Does it taste different?
Yes, it's chocolate instead of cream or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, it's distinct. You can taste it.
I guess I've never really noticed or something
Yeah. It's a little different. That's what I love about the Automix. It has all the flavors in it, so. Yeah, but you can only eat so much of it because you'll get a headache if you eat too much of it. It's one candy that I know my limit. And I know when I've had more than 4 or 5 pieces, it's time to wrap it up and throw it back in the drawer. So.
Okay. Real quick.
Yep.
One other question here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a quick one here from Hades. Oh, that other one was from Miner. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody noticed that because he said dudes. But Hades asks, question for the Hazel. You getting the Iron Lord seal this season?
Me? I don't think so. I still have a lot of grinding to do. I didn't touch much of Iron Banner last season, so I don't know if I'm even
it's not
possible
that hard
to get it.
It's not that hard to get.
So maybe we'll see. We'll see. It depends on like how busy I am with doing, the YouTube stuff.
I got you.
But I would love it because it's a badass title.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Gator?
I'm going to try to guild mine this season. I got it last season on the second time around. I didn't quite finish. I almost finished it because it's double XP. But it really is just playing the game. They've really dumbed it down. It's not that hard to get. So,
and you have to wear the armor.
Yes, you have to wear the armor.
So, truth be told, Hades is awesome. He got his seal last season. And he asked me if I wanted the code for his pin.
Wow.
For my daughter, because she wanted it because it looked cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. I was like, I can't do that. I'll earn it and I'll give it to her. I thank you though. So in answer to his question, I am almost done with I've got the first 4 done. I'm almost done with the bottom one. I have to do a reset, or it looks like 2 resets.
Yes.
And I am about halfway through with the challenges.
What happened to me last season is I got 1 reset on one time around, the second time around. Because it does remember where you left off last time you played it, so...
Yeah, it carries over, so... I mean, I should be able to go ahead and get it done this season for sure, I think.
One of my favorite titles.
Because this Iron Banner is actually not that bad.
It's fun.
Trust me, I would be in there right now, except I'm on PC and I don't want to do PC lobbies and ruin my 1.21 KD. Hey.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you, man. PC is a different animal. Especially if you're using controller. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. We got 2 rants tonight. Which one do you want first? Do you want the Rodimus rant or do you want the Moe's rant?
We'll go Rodimus and end on Moe.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen. This is kind of like a rant. I'm going to channel my inner Mohafa, or at least attempt to. So I'm trying to go for my Iron Lord title and realize that I have to play a Warlock and a Hunter just to get to the armor triumph done. So I started my Warlock today. Why in the fuck do I need to do a 56-part quest to unlock Arc and Fire? God knows what I do for Stasis, just in order to play the damn Warlock. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that I got to do a 56-part beginning light quest when I've already done that on my Titan. I just find it ridiculous. But before you say you have to play the game to earn the rewards, I get that. I don't mind spending the glimmer to unlock the aspects, to unlock the grenades, and get the subclasses. But I draw the line when I got to do that fucking 56-part quest, not once, but twice, once I start my Hunter, which I will absolutely despise playing, but will only play it till I get my 5 pieces of Iron Banner armor, to get my Triumph for my seal, and that's going to be it. But I just find it ridiculous that Bungie's making me run that damn quest twice. So I do 112 steps in order to unlock just the Arc and the Solar for both those classes. And the Stasis quest is probably going to be the same for both of them, which I just find absolutely ridiculous. But that's kind of my rant. Guess I would put a question to this. So what do you think of it? Should I have to play the game to unlock those subclasses, or do you think Bungie should just give them to me? Anywho, have a wonderful day. Toodles, and talk to you later.
Thanks, Rodimus.
Wait, before we answer. Okay. N8iV, you give the answer. You answer for all 3 of us.
Yeah, I think.
What am I going to say? What's Gator going to say? And then you have your answer.
All right.
Well,
I'm thinking, Hazel, you're gonna be like, play the game. That's what you need to do in order to get it. If you want it, play it, do it, grind for it. That's the way it is. Gator, I'm assuming you're the opposite, because that's just how you guys vibe together, which is awesome. You would agree with the rant. And then, myself, I don't think you actually have to do all those things that he's saying, because I did make a Titan and Warlock, and you don't have to unlock all the classes to get the armor. That's what he was saying, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't think you need to do all that in order to unlock the armor.
Once you go to the tower, you can just go pick it up, right?
Yeah, you should be able to just go in and start playing Iron Banner. So
yeah, there's no power level.
You don't have to worry about unlocking everything for that class, whether it's Hunter or Warlock. I mean,
too bad it's going to be Monday before he hears this.
I think he was saying that in order to unlock the perks and like 3.0.
The stasis he will have to do. He will have to do all that over on each of them for stasis because I had to.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're worried, I mean, it was all about the title.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get the title, then don't even worry about none of that garbage. Like, just knock it out real quick. This is my advice to you. Knock it out real quick. And then leave that alone. Go back to the best class in the game, the Titan.
Okay. Question asked, question answered. Next question.
So was he right?
He was partly right. If he had to jump through all those hoops just to get it, I would say they need to have a simpler version or something maybe half that for if you already have a character you've already done it through. So he's half right. But I wouldn't tell him, yeah, you got to do all 100 and whatever steps. I would probably have to take a pause on that. But if they don't have to do it, then
I was going to say though, can't he like get out of that and then?
Yeah, I think he can abandon the quest and just go to the tower.
Yeah. Right.
The problem is, I know with the New Light story, because I've done it several times, you have to unlock the planets. And as you play more, you go to each planet and you have a little few steps you got to do, like do a public event or something. And it'll open up, it'll say, okay, now we're going to fly over to here. It'll open up the Cosmodrome or Earth, EDZ or what. So.
But have you done it since 3.0 though?
No, it's been a while, man. I can't remember.
I have.
I can't remember.
It was pretty simple. Once you unlock the tower, you go to the tower and you start talking to, I think you start with Amanda.
Yes, you go around and make the rounds.
Zavala gives you that gift. You go to his office, collect it, and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, it's just kind of like go find out, or go talk to Banshee and all them, Master Rahul. But then after that process is complete, you're basically an open game. So I would assume Iron Banner's there and you can just go do it. Yeah, they suggest you go do this and, quest line for this, but I don't think it's required for you to get the armor for Iron Banner.
I think that once you talk to all the vendors, you unlock all the vendors or at least acquaint yourself with them. I think they say to go run a strike. Go to the strike playlist, I think is the next step, but I think you can back out of that. Yeah. I think I agree. I don't think he has to go through all that. Now, to get your stasis and I don't know about your arc stuff. I really don't know. It depends on what expansions you have as far as the, cause one was it Forsaken that unlocked the arc?
The third branch of it.
Yeah. Right. That's right. So, yeah. It's just been a while since I played all that, but yeah, I agree. I think you can abandon the quest and just go to the tower and now you may not get pinnacles and all that stuff, but who cares? You're just trying to get the title.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I would almost rather do the 56 steps just so I could get some halfway decent armor. And
yeah, you get drops. They'll give you plenty of drops. Yeah. And you're starting to learn all the intricacies of playing a hunter or playing a warlock. It's think of it as practice. You're learning all the subclasses, how they work differently because they're totally different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were pretty close though on the answer. I wouldn't have gone as harsh. I wouldn't have gone as harsh as saying you need to run all of it, just play the game. I would have said hopefully there's a lesser option there, and there is. So there we go.
I feel like I just got to get one of you guys right, and then just say the complete opposite for the other, and then I got it.
You're not far.
It should be pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's true. You're not far from.
You're like, okay, so Hazel wants the hardcore method, and Gator wants his shit given to him. So okay, so which one?
Wouldn't go that far.
He wants to get stuff for just
playing the game,
patrols.
Just playing the game, whatever I want to play.
Patrols.
If I want to go play Crucible all day, give me some stuff for that, please.
Yeah, here you go. You get your what is it? What's the name of this SMG that we're drowning in?
Out of bounds.
Yeah. There you go. You get something. Brittany asks, I don't watch YouTube. How would you pitch your channel to me?
Okay. I was expecting the one previous to that, but we'll go with this one. Glad we skipped that other one. It's a Titan-centric YouTube channel that's going to show you how to do some builds, do some tips and tricks, and focus on gameplay, both PvE and PvP. It's still early, so right now I'm kind of knocking out what's fresh and new, which is Kingsfall, and I'm doing all three classes, subclasses that you need to get that Triumph complete for the Kingslayer. And then I'll be jumping into more PvP type stuff, but mostly builds, tips and tricks for the Titan.
What kind of builds?
Right now, the only thing that I've got up that I've created is all related to Kingsfall. And those builds are like, yes, they're directed toward Kingsfall, but could be easily used in other PvE content or endgame PvE content.
Okay. Is there a focus on the build? Like, let me see here. Like, for example, like grenades or...
It depends on the subclass and what I can see as the challenge that's presented in front of you. So, for example, in Kingsfall, there's multiple different, encounters. Some require more of this, some require more of that. And there's some jumping puzzles. So I suggest people have line rampant for this part of the puzzle or this part of the raid. It all is kind of dependent on the encounter. Like Sisters, for example, like you don't really want to use your linears. Like you can use linear fusion rifles in both your kinetic slot with the Arbalist and your heavy weapon for majority of the raid, majority of the bosses at least. But when it comes to Sisters, you kind of want to put that stuff away and pull out a Gallahorn or, a Hothead or something like that. So that's kind of like what I go through for these past couple build videos. But as far as like whether it's grenades or melees or, weapon damage and stuff like that is all dependent on the subclass.
Okay. Nice. I think this is the one he was waiting for from Mr. Monkey. Question for Native. Love your raid builds. What's your advice for a novice looking for a basic build to take into raids?
For that one, I saw this and I think this is a great question because I actually got hit up somewhat like this in my comments in my YouTube videos about like, I don't have all these mods, unlocked because now it's so rare to get. You got to wait for out of one every week to see if you can get that mod. So what I would suggest is you sit there and focus mostly on the aspects and the fragments and get those equipped because those are the easiest to equip. And then when it comes to those mods, equip what you can, and then whatever you have left or whatever else you can sit there and see some kind of synergy, use that. Like it doesn't have to be exact to what I have because not everybody's going to already have that unlocked. I'm still waiting on mods that I have not unlocked yet. So focus your fragments and aspects and then go from there. Equip what you can from my build videos and then fill in from there.
Yeah. Nice. It's adaptable. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
From Brittany again. Sorry for this. Why do the Raiders suck?
This is the one I was waiting on. And let me tell you, Brittany, the Raiders definitely don't suck. Okay. We made it to playoffs last year with a crazy amount of turmoil within the building. No head coach, fired. A guy killed a person, our star wide receiver that was really budding, in jail or on trial, whatever. With our special teams coach sitting there trying to lead the way and still made it to playoffs and nearly beat the Bengals. There's a couple of questionable calls. We should have beat the Bengals and they went to the Super Bowl. So Raiders definitely don't suck, especially now we got Devontae Adams. We got Chandler Jones. The roster's improved. We got, one of the best, offensive play callers. Definitely don't suck. We're definitely going all the way. And my unbiased opinion, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year and the next 2 years after that.
What?
Dynasty time. Dynasty time.
First.
Brady's washed.
Oh, I'm recording that. That's a soundbite. That's a soundbite for season 4. Hell yeah.
Brady's washed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think he lost 2 of his O-line too, his starting O-line. So we'll see. We'll see.
Not just his wife, but his O-line. Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
Come on.
Low blow. I love it.
Zing.
All right. I got one here from Miner. It's appropriate, so I'll play it now.
Dudes, this is Miner. Question for Gator. Last week on the show, Hazel said you were going to have disdain for Iron Banner. Was he right? Let us know. Later.
Nope. Yeah, I'm loving
Let it be known.
I'm loving Iron Banner. Man.
Yeah. I was wrong. Gator likes abilities in Iron Banner.
No,
it's no longer about the gun game.
Can you get closer to the mic when you said that? Can you say it again? Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one here from 21 Cabbage.
Hey guys, 21 Cabbage here. This is gonna be a crazy story. Alright, so I already told this in Discord, but there's a follow-up to this.
Can you guys hear it?
Basically, with work, I delivered a medical bed for people who weigh over 200 kilos. I don't know what it is in pounds. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh my god. My girlfriend is driving us home right now, and I'm so high on morphine right now. But yeah. Alright, here it goes. I was bringing that bed to the patient, weighs over 230 kilos. So it's a big man. And I was with two little nurses, and they wanted me to help them drag him from one bed to the other. And, well, as you can imagine, I don't want to discredit them, but they did not look strong at all. So I basically pulled a 230 kilo man by myself to another bed. And while we were halfway there, I felt something snap in my back. So I just collapsed. I was screaming out in pain. So those two poor women were like, "Oh my god, what's going on? What's going on? You alright? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I can't move. I cannot fucking move." So they put me in the old bed that he was in. They got to call some other nurses, and they pulled him in the big bed and put me in the bed that he was in, hooked me up with some morphine. And now I'm so fucking high right now. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to stay till tomorrow, but I was sent home early because they were like, "Yeah, we can give you more morphine for a sprained back. It's not broken. You're all right. Go home and rest." So, yeah, my story is that. And I'm sorry, this is so chaotic. My mind's going all over the place. But, yeah. Well, I think to end this with a question. What is the worst injury you've ever gotten? Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah, we heard about that in the Discord this week, where Cabbage had hurt his back really bad.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty happy at that recording. Worst injury. N8iV, you probably got stories.
Yeah, I mean, a couple. But first off, 230 kilograms. I sat there and I checked on Google. That's 507 pounds.
What?
That's ridiculous.
How did he even lift that?
I don't know, but shout out to him because that's some strength. That is some
lifting,
strength,
man.
Like seriously,
that's a deadlift. Damn.
I've had multiple injuries. Obviously, like throughout my career in the Army as an infantry, like I've snapped out my knee, so I have a torn ACL. I've torn meniscus, partially torn LCL. So I had surgery on that. They took one of my hamstring tendons and replaced it inside my knee where my ACL is. Obviously my lower back is shot too. Everything creaks and crackles when I walk, but it's just part of the job. But yeah, probably my ACL, that was probably the worst. I mean, it was ruthless. Like the pain that I had in that, it was tough. And yeah, that's my worst one for sure.
All right, Hazel, follow that up. My feelings were hurt one time.
Yours were?
How the hell do you top that, man? I've never broken my ACL.
I strained my ACL and what's the other one?
Meniscus.
And the MCL?
Is it MCL?
Yeah, you got LCL, MCL, and ACL. LCL, I believe, is on the outside. MCL is on the inside, and ACL is in the middle. I believe.
That's what most of the athletes are busting up, the ACLs.
Yeah, I was trying to remember which one that they typically... I mean, but I strained two of them at the same time when I was playing football in high school. I put my foot in mud, and I was a lineman, and I went to move, and like my leg moved except for my foot. My foot stayed planted in the ground. So I ended up like basically like pulling everything in my knee. And, yeah, I ended up just falling straight down to the ground, and yeah, not my finest moment.
Well, I mean, I'm amazed. I was a defensive lineman as well in junior and high school. I'm amazed I never broke anything. So I went up against some big guys. I've been really fortunate, man. I got to tell you, I've had some really bad ankle sprains from playing softball, but my knees are shot. I played baseball as a kid and into my college years and early college years, and it's like packing peanuts anytime I get up. So, and I have arthritis in my back and neck from car accidents in the past. So, yeah, man, we're all just taped together, trying to get through life.
You never broke a finger?
Never broken a bone. I fell out of a tree when I was a kid, thought I broke my ankle, and no, I never broke my ankle. I got strong bones, man.
Wow.
I don't tell you. Yeah. And it's not from lack of being rough, because I was a rough kid, man. I was a rough and tumble kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, I got my pinky broken playing football. And
I'm telling you, I never broke any bones playing football. I was in the trenches, man. Yep.
That's a rough position too. I
I
played
know.
football as well, but I did running back, and I know how much my linemen put their their bodies on the line for me to get through a hole or a gap. So lineman is and that's what my son was doing actually in high school as well as lineman.
Miner was talking about last week how he has a skin irritation. I actually got those scratches on my arms too, but my mom got me some pads. You know, the pads they wear now for the muscle linemen wear. It's like a pad that goes on the front of your arm, because these guys had nails, man. They wouldn't freaking shave. They wouldn't cut their damn nails. So they'd scratch you. They claw at you. It's like, God bless, man. So yeah, my mom was tired of seeing bloody scratches all over my arms every day. So she got these damn like pad things that most people couldn't afford to put on their arms. But back then they were a little expensive, but oh well.
Yeah, I never broke a bone though. That's one thing that I'm super happy about. I have never broke a bone. And ligaments and all that kind of stuff. Well, I think I broke my nose, but that was never confirmed. We were out on patrol and the driver like slammed on the brakes, and I smashed my face into the gun. I was up top. Oh, and then ever since then I've had a super deviated septum. Right. That's why I kind of sound a little nasally, to be honest. Like. Yeah, ever since that. But other than that, I mean, we've got blown up. I'm sure I've had concussions, but never confirmed, or not, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I've never broken a bone, and that's the one thing that I'm gonna strive to keep as a goal for the rest of my life.
Wait a minute, I'll be Hazel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What?
I never broken a bone. I never broke a bone either. Doesn't mean I was a freaking puss.
Didn't say that.
All right. Son of a bitch. All right, you got any more questions for Native there in the Discord?
Yeah, I've got one more here.
All right.
Okay. This is from Brittany. Question for Native. How was Iron Banner with Gator when he couldn't find the eruption timer?
Let me just say, I did not blow up any of my teammates in that process.
He did not. That is true. That is facts. It was actually kind of understandable, because I got it a few times as well, and I was like I was expecting like an audio or visual cue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that there was nothing, or I don't know. I was also having a few drinks at the time, so maybe I just didn't realize it. But yeah, it's very small, bottom left of your screen. Yeah. So you got to really be on it and check your stuff. But it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
You do get like a shimmer around you. It's like a little aura, so it'll tell you when you're starting to get primed. So look for that. I guess it'll help. But I was so paranoid by the end of the night. I kept looking in the other corner thinking I got primed again.
And like I had told you, like it feels like that timer just is like that. It's gone.
It does, man.
It feels like it's so fast.
It does.
And you're just like scrambling, trying to find somebody to kill. And you're like, man, like it's ticking down.
I hear you. I have one speak pipe left, for this week, and it is from Mo. And I guess you can call it, he calls it a Mo's moment. So maybe that's a new segment for us. But grab your popcorn and hang on. Here we go.
All right, this is the third attempt of trying to fucking do this speak pipe. I don't know. I'm rambling. It is what it is. You know how long it lasts for. You know it does. All right, so going to work. It's raining. Then it stops raining. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, looks like, you know, it's fine. Good thing I didn't take my jacket. Not that I needed it later, but just saying. Like, that was my thought process as I was going into work. Went into work, and then, like, I'm bringing in delivery, bring half of it in, and then suddenly in the roof, like, you can just hear, like, the drops getting louder and louder, and it's just like, fucking hell. It's pouring down outside. And then, alright, so I bring, like, one of the last cages in for my half, from the half that I already brought in. And I just hear some commotion outside our side of the stockroom, like, on the other side of the stockroom. I don't know what's going on there, and then I go look, and there's like water coming out from this square little podium thing where colleagues hang up the clothes. It's like, what? I didn't sign up for a tourist attraction site here. Like, you know, this is inside a building. Why we got a water fountain indoors? Well, yes, I know it isn't a water fountain. I'm just saying the water that was spewing out, it looked like it was a water fountain. So I was like, this isn't good. So, you know, help move the clothing, lots of fucking stacks of clothing boxes out of the way, you know, try to salvage what we could. And then I was like, all right, cool. That's dealt with, right? That's cool. Then I go to my side of the stockroom, and then it's like water everywhere on the floor. Like, you can't even tiptoe around it. Like, there's water basically everywhere. And it's like, what's going on here? It's like, let's say, to the size of a shoe sole. Like, you know, a regular ass trainer or a Van. Like I say, there was that much, you know, yeah, like maybe 2-3 fingers. It's like, what's going on here? Then I look to the right side of where the door is, and the water just keeps coming through. So, firstly, I'm going, this door isn't really serving its purpose. Like, what kind of door are you that you can't keep shit out? Like, why do we even have a door? Just leave it open at this point. Secondly, go outside. 2 footsteps as you go outside, like, as you take 2 more footsteps. The drainage is like a palm wide. And it's like 2 footsteps, like, outside the door. So, like, even if it was collecting all that water, that drain could not possibly collect the sheer amount of rain that was dropping. And it just, boom, just swished in right through the fucking doors. Then you're thinking, all right, cool. So the back of the stockroom is a bit messed. Can't be that bad, right? You go out at the back of the stockroom and you get into the main stock room, and then no, there's water there as well, because we have a pipe indoors. I don't know what their thought process was, but that pipe clearly burst. And, yeah, water was coming out that side, basically drenched where all the fucking TVs were. Yeah, probably not a fun time trying to damage those TVs off, but hey, not my problem. So then I go look on the other side where, like, we have our colleagues' clothes, and obviously clothes were hung up on a hanger, so that was fine. But it's like underneath, it was just water everywhere. And it's like, all right, so all the other items in that section probably got some soggy ass boxes. So it's like, I don't understand how it could be that bad. Like, it just got worse and worse. Like, a colleague was saying, oh, I've been here 15 years, 20 years, and it's never been this bad. I've never seen a situation like this. And it's like, well, surely you need better planning now. Hopefully this gets them into a better situation where, like, you know, they build better drainage, or, you know, fucking have more of those fucking the suck machines, because they went around with these machines, like, trying to swoop up all the water, you know, collect it and then dispose of it outside. And it's like, they only had 2 machines. 2. A whole fucking stockroom that is massive, and you had 2. And apparently customers were coming in and it was like flooding around the entrance of the door as well. And it's like, of course we were thinking, yeah, cool, if it keeps on coming, we'll be made to go home. But no, don't be silly. You don't get to do that. You need to work. Building could be on fire. You need to work. So, yeah, you have to work through it all. Unfortunately, it stopped raining. But man, that was the most eventful part of the week I had. And yeah, that's probably going to be my highlight. I doubt that's going to be topped. I doubt a work moment will ever top that. I don't think I've ever had a fucking crazy day like that. I'm just annoyed I didn't take pics. But don't worry, it did happen. You can't tell me pics so it didn't happen, because it did happen. Just believe me, alright? I'm saying the truth. Alright, well, that's my moment of the week. Goodbye.
Alright, welcome to Retail, Mo. Next question.
Damn.
Damn, that's
wow.
I think there was a hurricane in the, actually a category 4 that was heading their way. I don't know if it's got to them yet. I don't know if that's the rain they're talking about in question, but I think there's more coming their way. I feel bad for them because they're not
there
used to
like
hurricanes.
a hurricane coming up the west coast?
Yeah.
It's a Hurricane K. That's what they're calling it. But by the time it hits land, it's supposed to be dropped down to a tropical storm and then a tropical depression. I guess that's a lower level of a tropical storm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about it. I live in the desert, so
it'll feel like a tropical storm. It'll feel like a bad rainstorm, but the rain will be sideways because you're looking about 50 to 70 mile an hour winds. Tropical depression is literally, we go on with our day if there's a tropical depression because it's just like a bad rainstorm with some mild winds. Got little gusts.
That's not saying much for Florida people though.
Yeah,
man,
it's a little gust.
My son, we went to Tampa Bay to visit his buddies early in the summer, and man, even the Uber driver was telling us about the hurricanes. I was just curious, I ain't never been to that side of the coast, especially Florida itself. And he's like, oh yeah, we have parties when it's hurricanes, and there's this screening that we put around our barbecue that even if as long as it's like a category 3 or something like that, we're gonna still party. And man, you guys are crazy.
The Cat 3's 120 mile an hour winds, I think, 118.
But he said he had some kind of screen that will repel objects if it's blown at you, like debris that'll hit the screen, but it's so strong, but also elastic that it'll come in and then bounce right back out.
I'm trying to figure out how he's going to keep his flame going.
Continue the party. I have no idea, but it was hilarious. That whole trip to Tampa Bay, that was there's some interesting people in Florida. No lie.
There's all kinds here, that's for sure.
I like it.
Yep. I think my main takeaway from Mo's moment was suck machines.
Oh, we'll leave
Sorry,
it.
Mo.
We'll leave it at that.
I stopped listening once you said that.
Yeah. Let's see. Wait a minute. Well, we'll go with one more. Because we'll go with one more. I hate to end on that. Uncle Scumdeath had a question. I want to make sure he was able to ask it this week. He has actually a couple of them, but let's finish with this.
Hello, Scumdeath here. Question for the show. If you was tidying the kitchen and you noticed maggots coming out of the kitchen bin, would you be pissed off? That's my question. But my answer is yes. I was pissed off about an hour ago. Because somehow the bin liner you put in, the bag you put in your bin had slipped and someone's obviously put food in it and it's gone down the side. So there was all this pasta that was blue and furry in the bottom of the actual bin. So we've obviously had flies in it and maggots crawling out of the bloody bin. So I've been hoovering maggots and slinging them outside. Yeah, so, I can't even remember what my question was now. Fucking never ends. Anyway, love ya.
All right. Plenty of people have gotten their rants out this week, so we'll call this the rant episode. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there. Hey, thanks everyone for sending your questions in. If we didn't answer yours this week, don't worry. It's not going anywhere. We got it pinned nice and neat. Hazel's got the Discord covered, and I got the speak pipes covered. So keep sending them our way, and we'll play them on the show. All right, Mr. Fudd, that's your cue.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we like to pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what the two of us and our guest N8iV Raider here like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify. And we also have the link for iTunes for all you Apple folks out there. I have the links, like I said, I'll put those in our show description right down there. We now have 1,050 songs. Think of it as a musical history of our podcast because we've added them ever since we started our show back in July of 2019. And like I said, if you want to follow along, see what we add every week, hit those links. All right, Mr. N8iV Raider, what'd you pick for us tonight, man?
I picked "I Want It All" by Warren G featuring Mac 10, and I had to add some West Coast flavor to the playlist. So yeah, I did that one. That's one of my top ones. I got it's called Hustle, my Hustle playlist, and when I'm not feeling so motivated in the mornings to get up and go to work, I just gotta play some of those songs, and that's the first one that comes on.
Very nice.
I love it.
Very nice, man. Hazel, what are you adding this week, man?
I added Travelin' Man, by DJ Honda and Mos Def. This was on, Young Con. I was watching him while I was working, and this came on, and I was like, I need this. It's like, it's been forever since I've heard this. So I was like, all right. And, sure enough, I need to add that to the playlist. So
very cool.
There it is.
All right, I might get roasted for this pick this week, but as a child of the 80s, this artist had an impact on me. This was a Michigan girl that started out in 79. She's reinvented herself so many times over the last 40 years. She's won over 300 music awards. She's written books. She's been involved in film. And she has her own fashion brand as well. My song was actually off her recently. Her song I'm picking tonight was featured on Song Exploder last month. It's one of her songs that I just can't get out of my head, and I dare you to listen to it because it will stay in your head all day too. The song is Hung Up. It's from her 2005 album, Confessions on a Dance Floor, and it's the Queen of Pop. That would be Madonna. I told you, my music tastes are everywhere, and I was in a little bit of a dance mood this week, so there we go. Don't judge me. All right. Hazel's judging me.
Judged.
I knew I was going to judge on that one. Okay. Just want to mention that we have our question of the month, and this is going to extend into September, by the way. This is an extension from August into September. We've all heard the terms casual, hardcore, try hard, serious casual, hobbyist. Not that that's a label that you call yourself, but the question for September is, as you play Destiny, what kind of player do you consider yourself and why? And, what makes you think you're that kind of player or classified as that kind of player? We'll need all your answers by Wednesday, September 28th. And on episode 167, Hazel and I will play your answers from our speak pipes and include our answers from our Discord. You can send us a voicemail of your answer at, again, speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Links in the description. Or you can enter your answers into our Question of the Month channel in our Discord. Yes, Rodimus, we have another channel. I'll have links to that as well. And just know that we'll be having a drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card, which everyone, regardless of how you send your answer in, will be eligible for. And then we're going to have 2 additional drawings for all of the speak pipes that we get. And that'll be drawings for some more podcast merch, which, if you didn't know, we do have podcast merch. It's made by, designed by humans, and just search for Guardian Downcast, or again, hit the link in our show notes. Hazel, what do we got for announcements this week, man?
Okay, so, I'm being peer pressured into putting, scrims out again. So, I'll be adding scrims as well as the occasional raid night as well. Ooh.
I like it.
So, be on the lookout for those in the 100.io bot. And aside from that, that's all I got.
Okay. Thanks, Hazel. Want to give a shout out to our Patreon members out there, especially to our Dungeon Champion patrons, Scoot and the Scarlet KM. Thank you, gentlemen. And our Raid Boss patrons, Jealous and Frostbite, for your support as well. You guys are awesome. And Miner just told me about this feature on, I guess they just added it to Patreon. And is if you pay for the year, I guess you save 15%, because he paid a year in advance for us, which was just blew us away, Miner. Didn't have need to do that, but he was upping his pledge, I guess, and they gave him this option to pay a year in advance, so you don't have to worry about that monthly draw, I guess. Anyway, just wanted to pass that along. Thanks, Miner. And a quick thank you to all of our patrons out there. You know you are. Support goes right back into our drawings. These $25 gift cards, all this Guardian Downcast merch. That's you guys. You guys support that. You guys support the drawings. And, if you want to support us, you like what you're hearing tonight, there's a little perks and stuff that come with it, like a your own private channel in our Discord, a special gold badge in our Discord. And remember, no feet peaks. God damn it. I'm fading.
Feet peaks.
And remember, no foot pics, please. Thank you. Thanks very much, guys. We appreciate it. I have a new Patreon episode coming out soon, so keep your eye on your emails for that. Or if you have your private RSS feeds, it'll be there automatically. And before we go tonight, I wanted to mention also that Hazel and I have another podcast. Yeah, we do. It's called Playing Favorites. It comes out every 2 weeks. You have a favorite? I bet there's a story behind it, as Hazel would say. Plus, Hazel and I will end on with the show with one of our favorite stories for the month. Not Destiny related, but, around entertainment, gaming, social media, pop culture, whatever. Pretty much the sky's the limit. Our next episode, by the way, will be out next week as we release them every couple weeks. So keep an eye out for that. And then finally, I just want to remind everyone that September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And there's been several posts about that in our Destiny community out there, and encouraging everyone to show your support, wear a gold shader out there for the month of September in honor of it. And let's also post those Guardian pics in our Guardian Fashion channel. And let's put the hashtag fuck cancer. How about that? In our continual fight against childhood cancer. Thanks. Well, guys, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection for our listeners out there. We have 163 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over the community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And if you like what you hear, tell a friend. We appreciate it. Of course, we can't end the show without a Scumdeath's Corner. Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I'm walking home from band practice, obviously. And we just come out of band practice and just heard that the Queen of England has died. I mean, I'm not a royalist. I don't really give a fuck about them, but she was such a lovely person, I think. In World War II, she was a mechanic on all the trucks and the tanks, for England and stuff. She's done her bit. I don't really care about the royalty and all that, but she just seems like a nice lady. She reminds me of my Auntie Jean, my mum's sister, who passed away last year, She looks the same, frail and all that, but all she wanted to do was be the best for everybody. I don't care if you like the royal family or not. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't do politics. I don't do anything. But I know a nice person when I see one, even if it's on the telly or shaking hands with politicians. It don't matter. She's just a nice lady, I think, who tried to do the best for the country and for the world. So that's how I like to think, I live my life. So maybe one day I might be the queen. I don't know. I'm the queen of fucking something. Anyway, sad day, really. Yeah, sad day. So, I love you all, and guess what? I love you more. Bye. Sad day. Bye.
Thanks, Uncle Scumdeath. Yeah, our condolences to the UK for the death of Queen Elizabeth. I saw the show. I know this is not real life, but it was based on her life, and it was The Crown. And I learned a lot about what she did before she became queen. And it was never supposed to be her gig. It was supposed to be someone else's gig, but it got passed on to her, and tight lip and all. She took it and ran with it. So, Mr. Native Raider, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. I had a great time.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys both. You guys got a great show going, and I'm a fan of it, so it's kind of nice to be on it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, like I said,
thank you.
I think I wanted to hear your story. I may be selfish on my part, but we have a lot of new members coming into our Discord now, and I'm just fascinated by how everyone found us and their story. So thank you for sharing that tonight. I appreciate it. Hey, where can people find you, man? Where can people find that awesome YouTube channel of yours as well?
The YouTube channel is Native Raider, just like it's spelled here. So it's N8iV space R8R. And you can find me on on YouTube, of course, and then also same thing on Twitter. I don't really do any of the other ones yet. I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. I've like refused to like do Instagram for the longest time, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But eventually, it'll probably go there as well.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
All right, quick and easy. Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere except for Twitch, where I never stream, and it's the Hazel NT there.
Very good. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's G-A-T-R. You can also find me on Steam and PS5 as Gator, G-A-T-R. And don't forget those underscores. In the very same way, that's my YouTube channel. So check it out. Thank you all very much for all the support, all the subs, and all the views on the videos I've been putting out. I've been just really, really humbled. So we thank you. Continue to be safe, everyone. And more importantly, hey, take care of one another.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
Just win, baby.
Nice. The man knows what to do. Don't have to tell him. The man knows what to do.
I had to get it in.
Hell yeah.
I had to.
Hell yeah. Thank you for coming on tonight, man. That was a lot of fun.
It really was. I was nervous as hell when I first started, but like you guys make it so relaxed and simple, and I've never done this shit before, so it's been really great. I really enjoyed this.
Put it in the experience pouch. Now you got one down. So when someone asks you to be on their podcast next time, you'll have some experience. You know what to expect. Probably not as long as ours, but it's a long one.
It was a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're putting out next, man.
Yeah, same with you.
Thank you, man.
Same with you. And Hazel, get it going, bro. Let's go.
Get on it, man.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Why not?
Nobody wants to hear me talk.
I enjoy it.
Yet they tune into a podcast every week to hear you talk.
Yeah, for real. Do it, man. Don't let that hold you back, for real.
Yeah. I mean, Lana only gave me 20 more years to live. I got to live them, man. Come on, man. Jump in. True. Water's
if anything,
fun.
we just support each other and we just keep rising together.
Hell yeah. Grow together. There you go.
I like that.
Raiders definitely don't suck, especially now we got Devontae Adams, we got Chandler Jones, the roster's improved, we got one of the best, offensive play callers. Definitely don't suck. We're definitely going all the way. And my unbiased opinion, we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year and the next 2 years after that.